again as a nation?
What do you mean could we rise again as a nation?
Okay, because the state of the country.
What do you mean by the state of the country? I don't understand that. Explain me.
Right, the country have plenty money.
Plenty money?
Yeah.
How you know that? You have to tell me I have a child. Tell me now. How you know that? Gentlemen, thank you for the day. I can't really understand that.
Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Judgment Day coming. I love you still, mommy.
When will it end? Tell me, how did we come this way?
Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago.
Whilst the nation still hope and pray, the devil busy, I say.
Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, no, no, I'm feeling the pain for you, mama. Revelation strikes at your corner. Still we are holding on. Your children have lost their way, fighting for survival each day. Oh, no, no, going from dawn till dawn. What is happening to my country? Every day is a sacrifice. Blood flowing like water daily. Lives could be lost at any
The Ground
price.
Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
When it play, the lawless is now in control, so the good folks going away. Oh, my Trinity, strange signs all around we are. The hills are alive in a different way. Your babies are dying, brutally I'm seeing here. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. Oh, the mighty dollar now cast a spell of uncertainty.
Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago.
You see, when the rich is getting richer, the poor must remain empty.
Oh, my Trinidad
Know that
and Tobago.
I say, oh no, no, people bawling for pain and hunger, inflation, cost of living higher, can't get no daily bread. So the youth them on top the hill, somehow their bread basket don't fill. Oh no, no, so they turn to crime instead. The arms of the state disappointed, still their salaries are daunted. Large increase in the fiscal budget, oil money reach a all-time high. Don't buy no jet for so much of money when the hospitals are in need. Poor people at everyone's mercy, so the hill reacting indeed. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, the people cry, yeah, yeah, yeah. The hills are alive in a different way. Them who take in we money must pay for it dearly one day. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. How could we truly excel in the midst of all this suffering?
Oh, my Trinidad
No, 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 no.
and Tobago.
Tell me, like shadow say poverty is hell, so it seems like the devil is king.
Oh, my Trinidad
Oh, my Trinidad.
and Tobago.
No, 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 no. Cocaine and guns in the heart of the ghetto is what we sow, we shall reap tomorrow. Who are we going to blame? Even school children doing crime, well, that is a sign of the time. Oh, my lord, have we now gone insane? Whilst we kill, we own one by one. Skyscrapers going up in town. Chinese laborers at the core. This new city some shall see no more. So we have to hold on to CPEP 10 days and must to get along. Scraping the bottom of the barrel with all this money in town. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. My Lord, the hills are alive in a different way. You have to do more for the people. Better wages to ease we struggle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. In this abundance of wealth, still the poor people cannot cope. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. and a pope.
Oh my Trinidad.
Oh my Trinidad.
And Tobago.
Oh my, oh no, oh no. Some turn to vagrants in the city. Homeless children begging, have mercy, Lord. Child abuse have risen again. Look like Jean and Dinah come back in tongue. The girls and them singing the song. To survive by any means necessary, dignity gone down the drain. Some say the leaders have failed to do right for one and for all. When there is an imbalance of the scale, then the writing is on the wall. If you ignore the plight of the people, well, the devil shall intervene. It's only divine intervention. I hope you know what I mean. Well, is it true that God is a Trinity with all these crimes in sweet La Trinity? No, no. The hills are alive in a different way.
Population gone, gun control, girl control.
And is it true we have all this money in this land of so much poverty? No, no. What may, yeah. To you the powers that be, hear the cries of the people you. The cost of living is too high. This little money the poor can't buy. Oh my, oh my. Why? There must be a way. There must be a way. There must be a way to help the people today, I say. There must be a way. There must be a way, yeah. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. From Genesis to Revelation, in my Father's house there are many mansions. To take care of 1.3 million natural resources, he made provision to feed this nation. Look, we have oil and gas, Rich Lake and Mars, on and Calypso, Chutney and Limbo. Yeah. When there is no poverty, crime would decline naturally. Then we could live in harmony. My holy La Trinity, yeah. I love you, mama. I love you, mommy, yeah. My Trinidad. Thank you.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's approximately 11 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio, Lennox Smith in studio. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to those of you that are locked on already on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube. Those of you that are locked on to us on Corridor Transformation, those of us that lock on to us on Workers' Rights Platform, a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. 007, good morning to Ginger Mirage. Carmen, good morning. Sharon, Desmond, Ruby, Vida, Cyril, good morning to you. All of you, man. Oh boy. Let me peep. Primraj, a pleasant good morning. Ruby Sammy, good morning to you. Davika Balkaram, good morning to you. Good morning. Marilyn C. Charan, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Jamasi Pasad, good morning. Michael Scotland, good morning. Trini Nairo, good morning to you. John. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Floyd Khan, a pleasant good morning to you. Roger Mohammed, good morning. Bix. Roll Gasco, a pleasant good morning to you. Basdio, good morning. Sheldon Roach, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, I miss Ram Kisoon, a pleasant good morning to you. Like Balraj, good morning. Christine, good morning. Richard Young, a pleasant good morning to you. Sumantra, good morning to you. Angela Singh, a pleasant good morning. Hey, Carl Boudram, good morning. Yes, Samantha, Carl, all of you. Angela. Richard Young. Brian, good morning. Angelina, good morning to you. Indra, good morning. Lakshman, a pleasant good morning to you. Anthony. Good morning to you, Anthony. Nadira, good morning. Tara Ali, good morning. And all Taras, I must say a pleasant good morning to Dave and Deborah. Not forgetting Dave's Denise. Yolanda Cordner, pleasant good morning, all of you. Jenny, like usual, good morning. Hey, Ronald, good morning. Oh boy. Hey, Kisuna, pleasant good morning, each and every one of you. While we start off again, on this day, Tuesday, 23rd of July. Yes. Well, don't forget to make sure and mention a pleasant good morning to you. Noel, a pleasant good morning. Oh, go forget Noel Brown and Gita Brown out there. Good morning to each and every one of you. Bisnat. Boy, you join us. Well, let me share. Don't forget what we had to do. Passad. Rolly Passad. Good morning. Well, let's share. Mina Steiner. Good morning to you. Hey, Williams, a pleasant good morning to you. I wonder which family girl. So let's share, let's go make sure go Facebook. Get all the YouTube link and all because many people have the YouTube. Remember YouTube is there compared to the Facebook. Facebook you have to join. Angela, good morning to you. Sherlon McClone, God bless and good morning. Alright, so let me like share. The easiest for anybody that have a gadget will be the YouTube. Don Harilal, good morning, Bix. Nice, so let's share our favorite program. Always remember, we are only down if we concede and let them how we down. Jason Jaffers. Jeffrey. Good morning, man, Jason. Antoinette. Good morning. Hey, Stefan, a pleasant good morning to you. Ramsarup, Stefan. Narisha, pleasant good morning. Angie, Good morning to you. Nice. And Robert say, Angie Roberts, a good morning to you, man. Samuel Rup Narayan Singh. A good morning to you. Fufu. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let's make sure, let's share. Get all the link, make sure get on all the link. Share it, all the people go in all the Facebook if all they have that. All they have WhatsApp, most of all they have WhatsApp. Send out all the WhatsApp to all the WhatsApp list. Let's get people on board. Again, no, we ain't forget the soldiers that are left behind because they're not fortunate like you all. Kenrick Pasada, pleasant good morning to you. We ain't forget those soldiers at all. And those soldiers will join us back very soon. Joyce, good morning to you. Marilyn Sicharan, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Carmen, all of you, good morning. So let's keep the fire of the flames burning. Without a ticket, Darrow, good morning. Without a ticket, we don't have a chance. And everything will be all right. Michael Button, good morning to you. Nice, the family's up and ready, strong. Let's organize, do our work. Let's organize, send out those links to all our contacts. Suku. Amina Suku, good morning to you. Yes, make sure and share the link here, y'all. I and all, when only see my head down, is to organize and share the link, and organize. Hey, Valerie, good morning to you. Well, I know Valerie, all that is one of we loyalists, not now, long time. Valerie, Richard will still be right now. Despite what, Tyra Ali, good morning to you. I must have pleasant good morning to baby. Chan, good morning. Yes, I'll go forget that. Plus it have our good friend Vidya. Yes. All who are locked on, you all will let me know. Dexter, pleasant good morning to you and your wife. Morning, good morning. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So everybody, meanwhile, don't forget to share. Make sure do that. Share. Hey, Chrisan, good morning to you. Zibrangani, a pleasant good. Flood Khan, a pleasant good morning to you. Indra. Nice. Hanifa D. Mohammed. Always there, Leon Charles, good morning. So all they do, which is very, very good. Pearl Sammy. Nice. Andy Samaru. Good morning. Hey, Suku, good morning. Nice. Gloria Escola, good morning. Sharon, all of you, all the Sharons, everybody, man. Very good. All you remember what we have to do. Let's share. Oh boy. What a morning, what a morning, what a day, what a day. Alvin, good morning to you. Alvin is saying the Brady Bunch. Morning to all. Anthony, all. Ryan, good morning to you.
The SSA, the National Security Minister, is categorically denying.
The National Security Minister is categorically denying what?
It's categorically SSA, the National Security.
Nice.
A new development in the unfolding saga at the SSA, the national hired but remain terminated employees. CNC3 News received reports that the former employees were called to be talks were to re-employ those workers or to negotiate severance packages instead of legal challenges. However, questions still remain as to whether there are ongoing discussions between both parties and what is the nature of such talks. Questions we put to the minister yesterday afternoon.
Are any members of the SSA in communication with those former fired employees at this time?
I'm not in a position to know that.
Are lawyers involved? Are they negotiating with employees? And what is the status of these?
At this juncture.
It's being said that government knows that it has no case or grounds for firing them and it's seemingly backpedaling now and asking these former employees to come to some terms of agreement to reconsider their return to the SSA. Any comment?
Wounded. The two men have not yet been identified. According to police, the men entered the home of a Charleville businessman, a licensed firearm holder, shot at the intruders. One bandit died at the scene, while the other, though wounded, managed to escape. Shagona's Mayor Faik Mohammed, who visited the family, emphasized the need to push back against criminal elements in central Trinidad. He stated that it's time for business owners and law-abiding citizens to have easier access to legal firearms. And the Court of Appeal has declared that citizens do not have the right to a speedy trial under the Constitution. The declaration was issued as 3 appellate judges weighed in on a case brought by a teenage rape victim who claimed to have suffered trauma from delays in prosecuting her attacker. Justice Mark Mohammed ruled that the fallout of crime will continue whether or not alleged perpetrators are dealt with by the criminal justice system. In deciding the appeal, Justice Mohammed ruled that a colleague was wrong to find that the woman's right to security of the person and the protection of the law were infringed. She pointed out that there was no conclusive proof that her mental health issues in sexual assault were exacerbated by it taking 5 years for her alleged attacker to be committed to stand trial. Well, those were your 6 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at the top of the hour, right here.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, we hear where's the top of those news there. Fire 20, how much they say? 15? They keep the rest? Who the boy? The very sad dress so tall Trinidad and Tobago. Dress mashing up everything. So what the feel that is about? Hey Ganesh, Passad, Matilda Rhodes, a pleasant good morning to you, Trini, Nairo, all of you that now lock on, good morning. When Nadira was already there. What all you feel that is about? That is in the meanwhile, that come like them who get fired. Nice. We want all you to say things about Gary Griffith. We want all you to prosecute those who are fired. I'm just saying, I'm just, again, just for the betterment. Prosecuting, firing, planning for every... Yes. Bachelors, associate degrees, excellent job, all the brain towards us and persecuting us. It is what it is. But to do the job, to make sure we have a good healthcare system, to make sure we have water, to make sure that the utilities ain't go up, to make sure social development ministry when it comes to people and the pensions in order, operations on time. They don't have no brain, none. Jobs, create opportunities, open a window, open the door. And if you all watch but in the future, what are we going to do about it? That's it. Always. Ban, good morning. LP, good morning to you. Aisha, good morning. Linda, good morning. Budram. Jason, good morning. Don't know you was there. Gail, good morning to you all. Thanks for locking on and not only that, share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Wine Haley at Daniel Trini Nairo. I showed at some point I saw Anderson Wilson. A real soul here too, you know. A pleasant good morning to you, Anderson Wilson. Michael Scotland, good morning. A pleasant good morning to you, Darren. Pleasant good morning to you. Always remember that. Oh boy. Andy. Oh man, Andy Samaru. Yes. So as we say, well, let's share, look at already. We done clocking over 200 and something people. Let's continue, let's continue. Don't stop. Salisha, Karim, a pleasant good morning to you. And as I was saying, well, a licensed firearm holder after 4 in the morning. Tara Ali, good morning. Isaac, good morning to you, Isaac Khan, a licensed firearm dealer. After 4 in the morning, home raided, one dead, one wounded or escaped, something so. And we seen with licensed firearm helping in the fight. At least that brother and his family had that fight, which is good. But all of us deserve a chance too. Abraham, a pleasant good morning to you. From Queens and New York. Yes, yes. So many things that we are seeing. So while I'm going through, let me say a pleasant. Bizram, good morning. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. What else in that news that you have there for us?
Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to you as well, my friend. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear and as bubbling as usual. Anthony
Yes,
Gopal,
indeed,
good morning.
yes, indeed. Well, I feel a tinge of effervescence, really. You know, the spark that you will normally get when you open a Coca-Cola. You know, that effervescence, yes, it is called. Yes, indeed, I feel that way because it's you thank God for another of Trinidad and Tobago's history. A history that will be recorded as one where people live in a Russian roulette environment. Any day, any time, your death could be called. Whether the police or the authorities call it collateral damage or direct damage, that is to say, whether it is a threat to life and or limb. But of course, there's another threat, a threat to our liberty, to freedom of movement. And we can go on and on. In other words, typical under a dictatorial and autocratic group of individuals who are extremely reckless, brutal, and have arrogated unto themselves some immoral disposition that suggests that they can breach the law with impunity to lock up and itself the ordinary Joe, while of course those at the top who have occupied, of course, unmeritoriously government office. I'm talking from the Prime Minister. That is what I'm referring to here. That being as it may, yesterday, of course, continues to be another murderous day. And in this particular case, yes, the 22nd was yesterday. Incidentally, let me express at least 2 apologies. One, on the YouTube page of the transformation, inadvertently or by mistake, the 26th was placed. Trying to run down the month. First, we want to get to the elections of next year. But yesterday was obviously the 22nd and not the 26th. So I think the correct date is up for today's program. That is to say, persons who want to, of course, take the time at their own convenience to look at the program. We don't want you to get a program in advance of any program at all. So we have to apologize and therefore make the necessary corrections today. And secondly, those who are looking for the Facebook, let me say categorically, we do not have, you cannot VE and then Laventil, and you should get the ground report on that corridor transformation on Facebook only. That page, the original page, has been hacked for some time now. We have been dealing with the authorities on that matter, but in the interim, nothing must allow us to prevent us from bringing the info VELAVNTILLE, and you will get to the ground report, and indeed, of course, the corridor transformation in the night from 8 o'clock, 1 hour. My apology once again for not having one last night, but of course, you know, as I said, as my mother would normally say, she would say that, of course, work do dead, but man does dead. And therefore, of course, in obedience to that, a very sagacious warning, rest is important in this case. And so my apology for another delay last night. It may continue today, depending on period over the last two. I'm not making any excuses per se, because the technology is working, as you would see with the ground report. And therefore, we just have to transfer that same. You keen, of course, Laventil Facebook information live, and you will get us there right now as far as the ground report is concerned. In the nighttime, of course, a similar action must be taken. That being as it.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, you had a question, Andy?
Oh, now wanted with how we talk there, many people text and saying, hey, they are all the way with the ground report. So let me say a pleasant good morning to Selwyn. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Dennis C. Paul. All of you that are locked on, a pleasant good morning to you. Nice. And I will see you when you do.
And I really appreciate the format that has been introduced for the strictly online program, and that is you spend some time acknowledging those that have taken the time to get on first and foremost, and then of course take the time to get up secondly, or maybe both of them could be interchangeable in terms of commendation. And then, of course, taking the time to call out and to tell people to, of course, share is very important because a lot of persons may not be aware, and there are a lot of people that may not be traditionally connected to the ground report will now be able to use the technology to get their free, or what will obviously and inevitably become their favorite program, as so many people have told us. They said by accident they listened to the ground report and then they became addicted. So that addiction is extended. Of course, we are working feverishly for those persons who definitely may not be may not be familiar with the technology or may not have access, because there's an extra cost in that you have to be online, and you know only the ground report will advocate assertively that we will become an advocate for universal or all of Trinidad and Tobago, courtesy the government. It has a duty based on its digitization policy and or program to make connectivity, meaning internet, available throughout, free of charge to the population, and in particular our students, whether they are at the primary level or secondary level. And the government has a duty and responsibility not to pay lip service, but to practically and put money where their mouth is in terms of making Trinidad and Tobago truly in line, and of course making connectivity available to all and sundry. Very important.
But hold 1 minute there before your urgency. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, take the calls. I will be paused and I will accept pause anytime for callers.
Morning, caller.
Andy, Lennox, Mikey, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Blessed morning.
Blessed morning.
I expect all what's going on with you all here. You know what I'm getting? You all are cutting off and coming on. And I am going to bear with it. You know why? Because I know it's the demons out there, the PNF demons who try to get to you all. So I am telling people, bear with it. Give them time. Pray about it. Because they're trying to do to bring down you all. And I am going to keep listening. It doesn't matter if it's cutting off and coming on. I am going to listen to it and continue listening to it. And don't get fed up and frustrated. That's what they want. They want that. Right? God bless you all and have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and many of them may not know, Andy, the sacrifice that we would have made personally, financially, technologically, getting people who are familiar with the technology to be on our side, and of course doing so pro bono in most instances or for very little. But of course the cost is almost, in our circumstance, at least in my circumstance, prohibitive. But of course, I took the sacrifice, I bit the bullet, to use, of course, a term that the police may not want us to use at this point in time, but that is a reality.
Yes.
And I got in, of course, a wired system rather than one that is automated by way of not being wired. So we are putting an Ampere facility where everything is coming in by cable, as opposed, of course, by the other one where, of course, you wait right on a signal from somewhere. So we are doing that. We have been doing that, and I'm sure Andy is engaged in that way as well as Mikey. And those are personal costs to us. No one is assisting us in that regard, except, of course, when we are under pressure, and I'm sure that that applies to each one of us. We then ask of some good Samaritan to assist us from time to time. But fundamentally, it is as a result of our commitment, our dedication, our patriotism, and our commitment to democracy, and that tyranny must not raise its ugly head in Trinidad and Tobago, and right. we must resist on a sustained basis. After all, evil could only prevail when good people remain complacent and reluctant to act appropriately.
Or quiet.
Yes,
let me say a pleasant good morning to all of you that look on Mikey Thunderboom, Donna Guckins, all of you. Oh boy, Nigel Black. Good morning, Rishi. Good morning. Nice. Well, don't forget to share. Rose, good morning. Ban, good morning to you. Dairo, good morning. Nice. Bomati, a pleasant good morning to you. Harry, good morning. Mala, good morning to you. All who ain't callers who are done call already, eh? Marcia Roberts, good morning to you. Hema, good morning. Yes, all of you. Nice. So while we back here, pleasant good morning to you, caller. Where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Oh God, it's all morning Lennox, morning Andy, Mikey K, and Trinidad and Tobago. It's always a great pleasure listening to all you. You know, I sit down here, but it's harder to get through it all. I used to get through it and nice, but it's harder. It's harder to get through with what with this side of the fence now. But nevertheless, all you're carrying on a good program as always. So I just want to say good morning to you all, my brothers.
Morning. Right? All right, Miss Lauketan, a pleasant good morning to you too. Oh boy.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Life with Daniela.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Good morning to you, Life with Daniela. I wonder what that is about. Let's take some calls. What's on your front burner? What's supposed to make news that not making news? Remember, this still goes out during the day. This will still be blast out thing. A lot of people that on social media get this. Morning caller.
Morning. I wanna Lennox, do you know Mr. Ronald Timothy? Lennox.
Like Lennox said here in here.
Yes.
You know Ronald Timothy?
Yes. I know you talk about Ronald Timothy. Yes, I'm aware of him. All right. Thank you.
Oh boy. So again, already lines are open. Let's hear what's on your all front burner. What's supposed to make news that not making news? Don't let nothing sour you all or push you all back from talking out on the changes that you all want to see and on the damages in which this government is doing to all of us. Stand firm. Stand proud in whatever we do. Oh boy, morning.
Hello.
Morning, caller.
Good morning.
We not hearing you, good boy. Oh boy.
Andy, of course, it's only mischief. That is what that is all about. Ronald Timothy was a candidate of love in the 2020 elections or the one before that. So I am the political leader one. He was employed by the MLIO as a mechanic, a very late stage of the organization. I see him, of course, posting up some things that clearly he is ignorant of because he was no part of administration. He cannot tell the administration where to deploy, whether it be human resource or material resource. So he has some kind of chip on his shoulder, and he seemed to be in his own, what I consider to be a world, of course, attempting to try to generate an argument that is nestled in mischief. So I pay no attention to it.
Don't self-study to answer
there are others who pay attention, but that has nothing to do with the fact that we have a work to do, and therefore that is a distraction. I will not be distracted, but let us get on with the job. Ronald Timothy has to tell us what he was deported from the United States for. He has to tell us about certain resources that was allocated to him and all that. So I'm not going to engage in that. That is not for the ground report. That's a personal matter. If I feel offended, I certainly know what to do.
Nice.
So let's get on with the program.
Nice. Oh boy. Marvin Lee. Davis, good morning. Yeah, Lennox Smith, but what else you have for us? Because I'm blasting and thing here. But what else you have for us?
Well, I started this morning by talking about the Valencia SRP granted bail on rape charges. Yes, about 5 times, I believe, a 16-year-old. Reminiscent of my strident attempts to ask Dr. Rowley about his own experience in that regard. And it appears that birds of feather flock together because one of his proclaimed financiers is now before the court in a sexual, should I say, iniquity act with, of course, a minor. So this was reminiscent. This was deja vu when I saw this Valencia SRP granted bail on rape charge. Of course, Dr. Rowley is yet to answer these what I consider to be verifiable, not accusations, verifiable incidents. Let me put it that way. And of course, in the fullness of time, as we get closer to 2025, you will see a greater manifestation of that. I want to tell the population I've already sent a pre-action protocol letter to Dr. Rowley because, of course, one or two of his puppets close to him, including legal elements or legal representatives, suggesting that I lied on, or I am lying on Dr. Rowley. So I had to send him a pre-action protocol letter stating that I have to defend my name because I don't consider myself a liar. And of course, that has been done, about 6 months now, I want to say. And I'm going to send him another one again. And then, of course, the full should I say, court processes will thereafter take place. So I'm giving a forewarning, and I find it very reprehensible that the Prime Minister will not respond to a pre-action protocol letter. He's supposed to be the exemplar. He's supposed to be the embodiment or the quintessential citizen that would abide with procedures and rules. And I've not received, of course, a response. I think my address is very pellucid, very conspicuous, very clear, very
so true.
Very. It will be very difficult not to find me based on the address that was put on that pre-action protocol letter to Dr. Rowley. Having delivered it, of course, by hand, I got someone to deliver it by hand, and of course, they signed for it at the Prime Minister's office. So that is as much as I would say for the time. And let me tell you something. As a man, when I say I'm going to do something, I will. Of course, I'll choose my own time, place, hour.
Nice.
That is something yet to look forward to. Economists acknowledges questions about government borrowing. Yes, indeed. Of course, Amy Brown.
Amy
Brown. No.
Mariano Brown.
Mariano, that's right, yes. I was getting mixed up with Amy and Mary. So, one could be considered interchangeably as far as Amy Brown is concerned. So you'll understand. All right. But anyhow, that being as it may, Mariano Brown has questioned and appeared to be in support of Trevor Farrell, a former deputy governor of the central bank, where, of course, the reserves that banks are supposed to keep just in case there's a run on them and to make sure that they have enough money in order to pay their customers or their clients in the bank or readily available. That amount was reduced, and of course the question is being asked now whether or not the central bank caused them to reduce that reserve in order to assist the borrowing spree of this government. That is essentially what is being said, because of course, and whether or not is intended as well to prop up the Trinidad and Tobago reserves, having regard to the fact that there is difficulty, and in spite of that initiative, there is still, of course, a dire need for foreign exchange. As we saw recently, I think yesterday or the day before, we did mention, yesterday, that Royal Bank has now, of course, reduced their credit card allocation to $500 US. And of course, we know that the Republic Bank did same sometime before. So there is something in the mortar more than the pestle.
Yeah, something.
And we on the ground report will certainly, certainly, of course, delve into it, look into it, and treat with it. We have a caller?
No, but what I watch out to is, to many of you are the callers that on now. What is all the situation when it coming to to getting US? So in order for you all to understand what it is, some of you may not understand, you'll be able to understand what it is we're talking about. Right? Because what is true, two banks, major banks, drop their credit card limits when it comes to US purchasing outside to a mere $500.
Yeah, mere 500.
Yeah.
And many micro businessmen would have depended on the little 2,000 US you would have normally get in order, of course, to purchase things so that they can do some kind of business and import something, including, of course, the private persons as well, once they have a credit card facility from one of the major banks or from any bank back in this country. But it appears that is being emasculated, is being unilaterally and without notice being exposing, therefore, their customers to all kinds of embarrassment and shortcomings. Let me put it that way.
Nah.
Go ahead, Andy. You have a comment to make on it?
No, well, the lines are open. By the meanwhile, the lines are open.
Yes, indeed. Well, so questions have been asked with respect to that. Of course, Trevor Farrell as well as Mariano Brown questioning whether or not there is something sinister, and no doubt there is something sinister. This government cannot help it. It appears to be idiosyncratic or normative behavior to always do something inimical to the interests of the people, and of course to mask their incompetence, impotence. And mind you, this is against the background that Dr. Rowley criticized the UNC under Kamala Persad-Bissessar as Prime Minister, when of course he was strident that of course, and in fact one of his invitees to the 2015 final rally election 2015, that blind congressman, I believe he was a former mayor of New York, when of course he was saying that people, and he could have only gotten that from Rowley and they, that people couldn't go to the bank and get US dollars. Well, today he is in a similar position, and therefore, just as he advocated for Kamala Persad-Bissessar to, of course, demit office based on that, then he should be contemplating demitting office with immediacy. But we know the hypocrisy that is Dr. Rowley and his administration. But it is important for the population, the electorate, those who have the responsibility to determine whether the PNM gets back into office, or put another way, whether the UNC gets into office. And indeed, they have demonstrated that they have performed much better, by far. It's chalk and cheese than that of the PNM, and therefore in their stint during 2010 to 2015, and therefore, how the population really needs UNC and Kamala Persad-Bissessar at this point in time. Of course, that will manifest itself.
Yes.
It's easier said than done. We need, of course, to make certain that we go to the polls, and as I think Donald Trump said it, I will do some clips on it. He says, as we have been saying, if everybody, almost everybody, go to the polls and vote for the UNC, the likelihood that the PNM will be able to infiltrate their dirty, nasty, undermining, undemocratic, and subverting an attempt to subvert the electoral process could never exist once all and sundry get out there and vote in favor of the UNC. No way.
Well, what other bread and butter issue you have there for us, man? Tell me something good. What happened to the kids? What happened to what's going on? Talk to us, man.
Yeah, 2 men shot in Beetham. Suspects on the run. So the murder spree or the shooting spree continues there. And then, of course, there's another one where a police officer was shot in the chest. A good thing the bullet passed on the side of his bulletproof vest. But he was shot along with another resident of St. Paul Street and had to be hospitalized. So they are nursing their injuries as we speak. And that continues. So Beetham, just north, should I say, let me see, southeast of St. Paul Street, and here it is on Silver. So in close proximity to each other, nonetheless, just a stone's throw away. But no one from Beetham could enter there just so, and vice versa. Charlieville homeowner fights back. Bandit killed during home invasion. This is a very interesting story, Andy. Where we have, of course, I think about 3 or 4 fellas that entered the bedroom, one of the bedrooms of that particular businessman. He was awakened by the commotion, pulled out his license gun and shot one in the head.
Wow.
The other one, of course, died through some window, came over a fence, jumped over end up on somebody's house.
You see that there, that you see.
Find his way 10 feet down, and then escape somewhere on the highway in a waiting car. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I want to hear your comment on that one.
But you see that 10 feet down on top of somebody's roof. It turn around, only go there to rob, only might kill. When you see partner get the bullet to head, bow! We're doing in here. What's my telling you? If they don't catch he pants would have been wet. He the number 2, number P, everything. All but
that's right.
It turned around on him. The fear he wanted people to have for him.
There have been a lot of defecated material, yes. Defecated material, feces.
Yes.
and urine at the same time.
Yeah. See that, watchman, when he going back in that car. But when he going back in that car, he organized and he telling that driver, hey, let me go, boy. They kill him, boy. Let me go. Right now, he frightened. Because they'll be able to identify who's there and everybody gonna know who there's lying with who, to know well who was the next person. I'm telling you, there's a very, very, very serious thing. Very serious thing.
This raises two issues. For me, as a criminologist, I will want to know where that, because the dead person was left on the scene, so therefore there should be some identification arrangement to find out where he came from, which community he came from, and bet your bottom dollar.
We'll make a bet on that too.
My head on a block.
Yeah, I could constituency.
My last money. There's somewhere on the east-west corridor between Laventille and Diego Martin, that person would be from. That's the first thing. Finding themselves in Shoguners there. And the second thing is, of course, more importantly, more protective and preventive than anything else, is, of course, the call by Kamala Prasad Bisesa for increased expediting legal firearms to, of course, qualified persons, in spite of the fact that there is no legislation to talk about pushback as yet, or to ratify persons who may want to use licensed firearms potentially recklessly, or to, of course, avoid the possibility that the police might say is excess force in such circumstance, which of course is something that is on the books today. So that protecting your castle, which is your home, is crucial, and therefore from that perspective, there is a growing tendency for countries to look at legislation that will avoid the persons, if you are found obviously uninvited, doing things that you ought not to do, and have incidents of these persons when they would have been successful, rape, shooting, killing, etc. Then, of course, in such circumstance, the point I am making is that Earl Christopher should be looking seriously at giving persons who qualify as quickly as possible, because there is another article alongside this one that says that the Commissioner of Police, the current Commissioner of Police, Earl Christopher, is in contempt of court because the court gave her sometime in the past 14 days to settle an firearms user's license for a particular businessman who subsequent or whilst waiting for her to adhere or to conform to the judge's decision, the court's decision.
Wow.
The person was subjected, of course, to some kind of mandatory experience.
Nice.
So she's now, of course, they went back to the court, and she's now subjected to contempt of court. I know contempt of court give people simple imprisonment. I don't know if it will be frugal or wise in this case if she did not do what the court say, to, of course, have her be punished in that way. 7 days simple imprisonment. That is the extreme, of course, in such circumstances.
Hold 1 minute, Lennox Smith. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Morning to you.
Mikey and everyone. Hey, Andy, someone was asking me a question. Where is Small Pain away named a young stepdaughter? Is she in a safe house in Florida? because nobody hear from she, nobody see she, nobody know nothing. And 4 years now going in that raid with the guns and the marijuana and the drugs and things. So maybe she's at safe house in Florida somewhere. I don't know. I mean, people keep asking the question, you know. I mean, we follow your program religiously in this place, you know, in Orlando. So I have to get. We subscribe a lot of people to listen to the program. Hopefully, when they come down to Trinidad, they can do something, you know, make a donation to you. So, Andy, take care, brother. We'll talk later. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. And that's a valid request, a valid question.
What do you think she is? Where you think her young daughter is? Nobody don't know.
Well, I think she. The last thing, of course, that is grapevine talk. She's in another jurisdiction, but of course, there is a matter that she must attend in court as well. We don't know what has happened there.
1 minute again, Lennox Smith. Go ahead, caller.
We have seen. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, my brothers. This is the TNT Phantom.
Hey, TNT Phantom, a pleasant good morning to you. Go ahead, man. What's your contribution this morning?
So I want. I think Lennox was talking about the former Governor Patterson from New York, who they brought here and made some statement.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, the UNC government was being racist. Well, let me tell you how this thing developed. There's a lot of Afro-Trinidadians that migrated to the U.S. many years ago. And so there's a heavy population in Brooklyn area in particular. And they associate with the Black Democratic caucus in the United States. And they were influential in working with Rowley to convince that Kamala government was racist. And that's why Patterson, if you could pull it up on YouTube, he came in Woodford Square, I believe, and made all that racist statement, convincing that Kamala government was being biased. And that was further from the truth, you know, what's taking place here. But the point I want to make other than that is that citizens have the right to defend themselves. And there has been a long history of the TTPS being biased, taking bribes, and, you know, a lot of things that was not dealt with and does not get dealt with.
So true. Talk, caller, talk. You're
right,
well
in reference to firearms and citizens. Now, in the meantime, the country is saturated with criminals who are heavily armed with automatic weapons, the most sophisticated kinds, because drop about 50 bullets in front of your house, come in your house, do it where you want, and the police don't see it fit to stand with you. They will penalize you if you go there and get an illegal gun because they fail to give you one. They will reach in your house before they reach in the criminal one, right? But we as citizens have to realize that all of us is in danger in Trinidad and Tobago. All our family, whether we live in overseas, we still have to be concerned because our family lives are in jeopardy. Criminals come in your house, they rape your mother, they rape your sister in front of you, they could kill you, they could do anything they want. They have free reign. And by the time the police come, them long gone. What happened to 200 motorbikes? Where are they patrolling? Or are they just for Independence Parade? Because see them come out for the Independence celebration, but we don't see them patrolling. How quick does the police reach you when you make a call? I mean, you know, brothers, but anyway, keep up the good work. Keep in touch.
All right, thank you so much. Oh boy, next caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I just want to
morning.
Second the nomination or second affirmation of the recent call you had from the brother out here in the crumbling United States of America. If Mr. Lennox, the gentleman is speaking of, he wasn't the mayor of New York, the visually impaired gentleman. His name is David Patterson. And
that's right, David Patterson, that's right. Mm-hmm.
He was the former governor of the crumbling Empire State of New York. I really meant to say crumbling as far as, you know, they call New York the Empire State. Well, I call it the crumbling Empire State. That's why I left it so many years ago. Anyway, David Patterson, who, by the way, was a replacement for Andrew Cuomo. And you don't know about him already.
That's right. Who was on sexual questionable incidents, so we put that way. That birds of feather come together.
By the way, his predecessor, he also had to replace a fellow called Elliot Spitzer, who was known as the champion of Wall Street and for law and order, and yet he was trafficking in sexual acts and so on. But anyway, look, let me just keep focusing the point here. So David Paterson, who himself had to step down, you know that, right? And for a blind man, he sure can see beautiful women because he had to step down from a sexual scandal. So you folks in the state of New York, you come from the land where you can't really keep governors. But anyway, anyway, so what I want to say is that did you bring to my attention, sir, that Andy? Good morning, Andy.
Good morning to you.
He came to Trinidad and said Kamala Bissessor was a racist.
No. He never said that. I'm looking to get it right now. I'm going in the archives here looking for it while we're talking.
Maybe he
repeat that. Let me see if I could assist. What you said, because I just want.
Did David Paterson, the so-called blind man, who still has adultery with someone else's wife, did he imply? Maybe he didn't say it, but maybe he implied that the UNC platform and Kamala Bissessor was a racist, because that is what the Democratic Party does.
I would say so. His tone.
No, I would say so. That's okay. No.
His tone.
But I would say
he didn't say it directly, But I would say that he implied. Yeah.
Right. Try, gentlemen. Let's try not to talk same time because all you're sounding confused. Yeah. So one by go ahead.
Forgive me. Yes. So what I'm saying is that is the Democrat Party platform, which, and as a matter of fact, you can look it up. Lyndon Johnson, who Eric Williams, you saw, there's a great photograph of him and Eric Williams doing a fist handshake, right? When Lyndon Johnson passed the Equal Rights Amendment Act or constitutional reform, whatever it is he did, right? He is on record saying, and I wouldn't use the N-word, but he did say the N-word, saying, when I sign this, every N is going to vote Democrat for the next century or something of the sort. And listen, it's there in the archives, okay? And true to form, as you know, the first representatives in Congress, in the Senate, in the Congress, in the House, were black Republicans. And the first black Democrat only turned up sometime in 1950-something or 30-something. Don't quote me on that. But it was in 20th century, where it was done since the 19th century. So right now in America, what is happening is that not much, but at least it's a start. Close to 40% of the black population is looking at the Republicans as an option. And the reason why? Brown is the new king in town. You see, the Democrats realize that blacks, African Americans, if you want to call them that, and even Hispanics have now, I wouldn't like to use the word woken because woke is a bad word, but open their eyes and realize that we've been used enough, and therefore the Democrats had to find another source of victims, so to speak. And that's why they kept the southern border open so much that they're looking at that as their next base for their ideology of what they're doing. And by the way, I am not drinking the Trump Kool-Aid, just to let you all know for the record, because I know people right away will come and say that, oh, he's a Trumper, he's a MAGA, or whatever. I am first and foremost, and I'm not a minority either, I'm a man. And I'm first and foremost a Bigonian American, okay? But Trini first, of course. That's where I was born. But I want to let you know for the fact that I am not part. You see somebody who sounds like me, looks like me, and so on. Normally they would expect me to goose step with the Democratic Party, and then so that's why Democrats hate me, and then Republicans fear me because I call them out. So basically, that's the situation in relation to that. So before anybody come and say that's sort of nonsense about me being MAGA or whatever, no, I stand for truth, okay? And I know I don't like taking out anything on anybody, but I know one of your frequent callers once say he never hear me say anything bad about Rowley, and I'm a sleeper P&M. Listen, I hold no grouse for either Mrs. Bissessa or Mr. Rowley, but as far as I'm concerned, they're not my cup of tea. As far as I'm concerned, they're like dinosaurs in this new world order that hopefully may come up. But thank you again for giving me the opportunity to, express this with you all. And I'm sorry that I took so long, but look, it's important that we have communication. But hey, God bless Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Wow. Oh boy. All of the lines are open, eh? Yes, man, the numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call. We'll send a WhatsApp voice note at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open. Morning, caller.
Pleasant good morning to you. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, this is a regular, listener, my voice. According to the gentleman before, your last caller, I want to state that I too live in the United States. I'm a black woman when you see me first, eh? And I have, certain things I want to say. But like Biden, I like the man. Rowley and Bissessa need to do the same thing too, and give younger people a chance to emerge and run the country. And unlike some countries, the United States is not a banana republic. Things will be put in place. You see, they hold IQ 45 accountable, 34 felonies he has, accountable for his actions. Why does Trinidad and Tobago have such a lengthy process for criminal activity? You have people languishing on remand in their filthy, overcrowded prisons. What do you think these young men are going to come out and do? You have no sort of rehabilitation, right? They're not handling the situation at the core. You have young men and women with no chance, no prospect, no sense, right? All of them want to be a lawyer and a doctor and a teacher. Some of them want to be mechanics and those trades. Why aren't we grabbing these young people from even elementary school and guiding them in the way and it's a trade, right? And not having them languish and be fodder for the gang leaders. Why aren't we doing this, right? So like Biden, them two should resign and go home. Go and let younger people take up the mantra and run and leave. Macron step down and let a younger man run the place, right? A younger person. Why are they holding on to power? They're power hungry. Why are they holding on to power, right? And I'm a Trin Bagonian. First and foremost, I am me, the name they put on my birth paper. And I will figure out who it is I want to put my finger in the ink for. You understand? So that's my call. That's my input today. I have taken a hiatus from the air. I'm going to come back out soon. Thank you guys for listening to me. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The lines are open. Well, Lyndon Mac today. And some of you other guys. The Morris Osley, all of you. Where you all today?
I don't know. I was getting.
Wait, just let me see this voice.
Good morning, Andy and Lennox.
where
your
the
experience as well?
licensed firearm owner shoot one of them and injure the next one. But here in St. Paul Street, they shoot a policeman this morning. So
just now, our voice not coming. Let me it was playing now. Didn't know you didn't hear.
Good morning, Andy and Lennox. Where the licensed firearm owner shoot one of them and injure the next one. But here in St. Paul.
Yeah, here is St. Paul's word. Wow. Yeah, here is St. Paul's. You know the man thing in playing again, but Lennox, you breaking up, eh? Yeah, you breaking up bad.
But here in St. Paul Street, they shoot a policeman this morning. So these pests and these criminal elements and these gangsters have no respect. But here owner shoot one of them and injure the next one. But here in St. Paul Street, they shoot a policeman this morning. So these pests and these criminal elements and these gangsters have no respect for nobody again. The PNM and the police commissioner and Hines and all of them have lost all faith in this country. The criminals have no respect for them, right? So they're doing as they want. They could pass what bill they want. They could do what roadblock they want.
Our voice not playing. Oh boy. Let me take a call. Andy. Yeah, we hearing you loud and clear, Lennox. We hearing you. You're just in and out, but we hearing you. Yeah. Morning, caller.
Andy, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm all right. What you have for us on your front burner this morning?
Andy, there's so many things there. But let me ask you the question. Are you aware that you can be arrested and charged if you choose not to help the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in the execution of their duties? Are you aware of this?
Yeah, well, I was made aware of this watching a video that was circulating with a maxi taxi driver get charged for not helping two female officers. And I am saying I support the man, don't get in that, because the any day I still in on the maxi. I still had to drive my thing up and down. I won't get in that. And I believe there is an arcade law, and don't get me involved in that.
So let me just say, I want to call and say I'm in support of Kadeen Jones this morning. And I want to say to these politicians, the time they're spending in the parliament fighting for things, we need to revamp this justice system to do away with all of these old AKR practices. Because, Andy, my question today is, and I'm asking the question, should I be placed in that predicament? My question is, and I am injured in making an assessment that said, I am helping a member of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and I am damaged in the process.
Go ahead, and you get damaged in the process.
Of the public. Is there compensation for members of the public in the event? Yeah, and that's something to understand.
Nice. We hear you clear. Lyndon Mac, out there Tobago, we hear you clear when you say, should you, we don't know you're in support of, obviously that article that you read there, however, but you said, should you be damaged in the process? Go ahead from there, we didn't hear all what you were saying there.
So I'm saying, should a citizen be damaged in the process of helping up a member of the service in the execution of their duties? Is the state compensating that citizen in the event that they get damaged in the execution of helping that person, whether it be Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Transit Police, etc.? Does the law guarantee that there is automatic compensation for the citizen? Because telling a citizen you could be fined $10,000 and you could directly serve a summary conviction of probably a year to 3 years, somewhere around there, if you choose not to help. I want to say, and this is the reason why the human rights law The Declaration of Human Rights allows for citizens to have a freedom of choice. And telling citizens directly that if you choose not to assist, you can be charged. This law cannot be valid in 2024. We're having a problem with all of these old laws that are still circulating. We just saw another situation where a licensed officer, police officer charging maxi officers for having CD in their decks. These laws need to go back to the parliament and change immediately because it is not in the best interest of citizens. So those are some of the things I saw very recently, and I had to ask that question because if citizens choose to intervene, police is quick to tell them directly if you stop them from doing their duties, you could be charged and fined. And I would like to directly seek in the best interest of citizens today, because I'm saying as a human rights activist, no citizen should get involved if this situation, because we have problems under the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Clearly, we have problems right now. And, for the fact that uniforms have been stolen all over this country, you don't even know what you're getting involved into if the situation means that the officer could be on the wrong side of the law, And maybe I find these are things directly that we need to be focused on because these are everyday issues that are affecting us daily. Karim James and his family now deserves a measure of justice, and I am standing in support of him and his family by saying he should have no business in being charged, and it is wrong for the state to breach his constitutional rights to force him into some service or force him into servitude in order to help a member of the service where he is not trained to do so. That is my contribution. I don't know what you all are, Lennox, and I don't know what you all have to say about it, but it's something I'm
I absolutely agree with you. Because any day the police, any day they have the insurance, that they on duty. If they end up in problems, they on duty. They are covered. We are not. We can. It come like we are not electricians where we going to organize to do electrical work. It don't work so. All right, let's go to the lines. Morning, caller.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, morning, caller. Morning.
It's Mike here, boy.
Hey, Mike, so we're going, let this man, how we going, my brother?
I ain't boy. I ain't hearing all on the radio. What's the position, boy? What happened?
Boy, we online, We on Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Corridor Transformation, Workers' Right Platform. Let me say one time to good morning to Renaissance Jeffrey. Good morning to you. So you'll have to get us there for, on social media for now.
Okay. So you going? Everything all right on your side?
Everything is good with us, man. Everything is good with us.
All right. Organizing a day from Andy and you. I mean you and Mikey and Lennox.
And Lennox. Well, all right, but you ain't have access to no gadget or no social media.
Yeah.
Just YouTube. Just go up on YouTube. It get easy. Even if you don't not on Facebook, just go YouTube. It get very easy.
All right.
All right, man.
So I organizing for it to come up in the garden. Well, a Saturday or Sunday could be good.
Yes, man. I would make sure let them know when Lennox is listening, and let's come up and see the garden, man. We sure whatever it have in the garden, we will walk home smiling with. All right, man.
Yeah.
So try to see if you can get a lock on us.
Yeah. All right.
All right, my brother.
Yesterday, when they confronted Hines over the SSA individuals that were being recruited by the government, Hines said that all that is not true. So the newspaper are lying, right? And he covering up story. I go believe anything Hines and the PNM say. They're just trying not to get these fellas, not to litigate against them. But how you could have people trying to overthrow you and you want to hire them back? You see that is some kind of fairy tale story that the Prime Minister come and bring in the Parliament. Let him come out in public if it's true and say it. Call all the names. Have a good day, fellas.
Nice. Let's see if you have any more voice notes, so don't forget to send your voice notes. Yes, make sure do that. Send your voice notes. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy, Lennox. Andy.
Go ahead, Anderson Wilson.
And Lennox, I don't want you to talk right now, right? But when I finish, tell Lennox, don't say too much about Rowley and the little girl. Because it just keep cutting off more when you say Rowley. Okay, only say Rowley or little girl. And when he was a teacher, like that, when you'll get in the cut. Hey, Miss Woodbrook, President Mullen, did you see that? Andy?
Yes.
Only PNM children, boy, just shooting at the place, shooting up. And no, but the hard part about everything is only innocent people being shot. And as I always say, there isn't any kind of good death or any good murder. Then we have the grants. The Minister of Education speaking about some grants will be issued just now after mother caught whether it's shoplifting or books for her child or not. Or at least probably to get books for her child. You don't know how it went. And it keeps going on every school term, Andy. I have some youth for helping, Andy. I get about three colleges I had received. And when I say I have received, with the same set of children that I assist together with Dr. Munilal, I know children will be helping those children at what? Laketa, Talparo. Yeah, these are grateful people. But nevertheless, Andy, I have some booklets on my hand. I need some help. I don't know, I think well, should be listening to all the program and all the foreigners. Or they can help a child in my community this term. This term, I ask them for help, some help for them children in my community. Not all in Andy, because some of them know themselves in my community. Some of them know that they're red jersey, they're waving the flag all year. I decided to help the children who I know, mothers who I watch grow up in a house. No grandfather, no grandmother. As I talk, people who will be accustomed and will not stop help Andy. We're talking about a single mother, no father, and raising some children, going out to work, CPEP. She said, Anderson, you know book right this year. And people like these, I talking about the poor out of the poorest. And I want all your good Samaritan to help some of them. Or they can get a child that all they want to help. Or they can get a booklet. If all they can take the booklets, buy the books, whatever, and give me a call. Or they can start to call me. If all they want to help a child, if all they want to help a child, or they're not helping Anderson Wilson. Or they can call me at 265-3846. And I know the children I helping. I know the community I live in. The children I helping, I don't see the mother running to run, maxi to go no way. These are the people and them I want to help. Who you will hear, and I'm talking to some all in the UNC party to all try and help, because the parents I talking about this food will come by my door and say they can't wait for Kamala. That, and also too, who I know, I ain't went to no vote and to them, who I know is being victimized 8 years now. They never see pressure like this. You know why? Because they never walk in Hines. They never walk in the PNM. So these are the people I will be looking to help. So anybody want to give me a call, or you can call me at 265-3846. 265-3846. And that's not for someone, that's not for the man who will be any permanent to call private. I try to ask man talk about VTCPN. No, this number is not for you, brother, man. You stay any permanent. This is about helping children. Because Andy, I will tell you something, I will tell you something. That mothers walking up and down. Why is PNM, boy children, why is the male and them looking to kill one another? And that's only love, I'm telling you. Not only in Lavantil. Because it's years now I say listen on the radio. And have a single mother, East Indian lady from Grandy. Andy, I will get a lady number for you and get a lady number. You could talk. I interview that lady at the radio. An Indian woman in Grandy. And I know she probably listening who she husband drive over with some big truck. And send that woman, she has some children, sometimes they give her about 2 shells, sell food out there, the hamper to help, sell one to school sometime. So she had to know what she cooking, she had to see what she can sell, and brilliant children, you know. I think it's a boy and a girl child, brilliant children, and that 1 year, me and my sister never stop help that family. So let don't feel the people in Vietnam alone, right? We send the school children in Tobago too, Tobago. Right? We are children going to high school in Tobago who are born in the Vietnam. And when they see the military pressure, they hear about Bokchai and these things, they will give me a call. So we want, and one should I know you're listening. See, they can take 2 booklets now, man. He's a big professor, you know. See, they can take 2 booklets. And the other one will be the program here. And all of them foreigners who call in the Gong report, and some of them who display like always the best set of patriots. All you trying to help a child, all you not helping me. And all you helping my children either, all you helping my children. This other one, who they be burying people on the Eastern Main Road. Yeah, you David Simpson, wicked nasty man. Never,
Nice.
you don't seem like, you don't seem like you want to help a child. And I look on and listen, but all about, and all the community too, see what they can help a child now. Right, children can vote. Children can vote.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. Yes, Lennox Smith. Well, I see the mother told. Remember the last one I know it was 329. Well, I see it going to 334. Alright, tomorrow will be even much more. Oh boy. And one of the stories today in the Guardian I seen where it say well people losing their losing their fear of God. And that's what a priest was saying. That the people losing their fear of God. Do you all believe that? Do you all believe that it reached a stage where the people that are committing these heinous crimes against us, that they don't fear
Andy.
God anymore? Yeah, we hear you there now, Lennox. Yeah, you think people are losing their fear of God,
Andy.
Lennox Smith? Yeah, Lennox, we hearing you. Lennox. Yeah, you think people losing their fear of God? That's the next question that we need to find out. Oh boy, somebody said Il Murder toll is 345. Hey, Black Chinese, a pleasant good morning to you and Compton. Lennox Smith, you here in my boy? Yeah, and your troops in there, you know. Oh boy, let me take in the 7 update. Let's see what's going on in the 7 update. Lennox Smith, you here in my boy? Shucks, man. Nah, man. Hey, let me take some call by the time. When thing had to go wrong in the strike, but we had to defeat that. Morning caller. Morning caller. Caller, good morning. Oh boy. But now we come here to have a constructive program. You see all that small talk and all that stupidness you on. We not on that. You understand? Plain talk, bad manners. See that dotishness? We not on that. You come to give a positive contribution, something nation building, something that at the end of the day will help somebody that had to go to a hospital and can't get through, and all those different things. I could understand all of that. You see when you come here with all them kind of stupidness, we not on that. You see the personalities, we not on that at all. Hence the reason our program don't ever go down the road as many other talk shows that supports the PNM. It's always about personalities. And the personality thing, we not on that. Simple. Uvex, loss. Nobody can get up in the morning to organize to come out here to while people can't get thing in hospitals. Just now, all you have to call the line direct. I'm trying to reset something here. Oh boy, Lennox Smith.
Prime Minister, you said a lot about that and you said you don't want to speak no more about it, but I'm hearing words, we're hearing investigation. So you know we're investigating.
So it's the only way I can use. It's the only thing we can do. Investigate it.
But the thing about that is, Prime Minister, is that an investigation could go on for years. And you said an important question is to ask is, are we in a position to know this? But I think another question is important to ask is, how are we going to ensure that this does not happen again? And accountability, it seems that you are taking accountability when it comes to, you said, you know, something concerned you 2 years now, you looked into it. You made mention of the Commissioner of Police lying to you, etc. But when is the Minister of National Security, whose all of these things are under his watch, is going to be held accountable? Because we're not just talking about the SAE.
I'm telling you about the National Security Council, and you're telling me about the minister. You can target the minister if you wish. The minister reports to me, the minister works with me. I don't want the minister to be available, but I'm not going to be available. Everything I tell you here, the Minister of National Security is involved in it. I don't go to the Minister of Energy or the Minister of Health for that. I deal with these through the Minister of National Security. This is a national security matter, and there's a Minister of National Security. And I don't have any concern that he doesn't have. And I'm not dealing with anything that he's not dealing with. So,
how are you confident in this Minister of National Security when we have people held in police custody, said they fall off a chair, they died, investigation. We've seen things happening for so long. Now we're hearing about a past.
For so long, you think it's long?
We're hearing things.
You think it's long?
An investigation for 2 years, I think that is long. It seems like the Minister of National Security, the Prime Minister,
you could say whatever you want, right? If you were in the job, I would tell you the same thing. And I'm not going to be led down any part by you talking about the minister. I have 22 ministers working with me, and as I said before, when I do not think that they're useful in the position where they are, I will take action. So you and the minister, this obsession you have with the Minister of National Security, I could tell you, nothing that I've told you here is outside of the remit or the involvement of the Minister of National Security.
Commissioner of Police, do they form part of this investigation? Do they have questions to answer in this investigation?
Who do you think the police work for? The commissioner. So you can ask me, who can ask me that?
No, I'm asking, is the Commissioner...
If the commissioner herself is doing the investigation, if the commissioner herself is going to do the investigation, by whom?
The new head of the S.
Who now?
As we see, the arrogance always continue. It always continues. Oh boy, Lennox, you get you? Well, let me know. Let me take a call by the time. Morning caller.
Andy for Grandy.
Go ahead, my brother.
And Grandy for Andy. We want foreign observers. Andy, you and the corridor transformation, all your that coming across too nice on the other side, a little stuttering a little bit. So I'll let you know that before I make a little contribution.
Right.
Without getting a little problem on his side.
So the corridor transformation giving some trouble.
Yeah, you don't link it together right now. And when you link, but you get on real media, it was coming okay, right? So I said I'm gonna tell you that before I make my little contribution.
No, but you go ahead on real media. It's up and running, but you go ahead by the time. If Lennox saying, well, Lennox by the meanwhile organize and put them thing in place, please. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so I just want to differ from all the little talk this morning because it's something on my front burner for the little longest while. Because the murder come and take over the game plan, and we hear now is that they take out money from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. We see that the Auditor General didn't have the on the books.
Prime Minister, you said a lot about that, and you said you don't want to speak to more about it.
You see the Auditor General.
And then, yeah, we then had the receipt for the money come out from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. We see a shortfall. Then you hear they went to the Exim Bank, take $500 million US. Then they raised $700 million US on the IPO that is run. Then now you're coming and seeing that the bank and them dropping the limit for foreign exchange. And look at what they're doing in the little country. So I want people to understand that the time in this country for watching one another and letting Obia come between we is not a nice thing. So we have to know that it's time we get up and be our brothers keepers and start looking around and checking the list and making sure. Because just imagine, after 9 years, this man come 3 times, cannot thief, and he just push it and he win with that. And the narrative, people they come out. Then he come again, 9 years now, and he come with the same old stupid thing. And he tell everyone the prosperity, we coordinate the growth, the GDP or whatever, and sell out every single thing that we own. And people, we have to stand up for refinery. Demand going with refinery, that we cash earner, because them have a way where they give the gas. We ought to understand when a foreigner have the rights for the gas and the license for it, for we natural resource, where we supposed to get is a royalty we get it. And where is the royalty coming to we? And they run this country with $9 a barrel. No new taxes. Everybody, and the economy start the wheels to get everybody working and going with $9. And you telling me oil price never dropped under $70 since they're in power. Never dropped under $70. Are we seeing some of that trouble? Or they find out where all the oil production and who doing it and where the money really going. Have a nice day.
Wow. Well, there's so much to answer. So much. Well, thanks, Mr. Faisabad. And as usual, your contribution always on par. Wow. So you all the lines are open, eh? What else you all have on your old front burner? Oh boy. Lennox. Morning caller.
Caller just now that oil went to $40-something a barrel. It even went to below $0. So tell him, get your facts now. And instead of coming every morning and talking, I say I rub talk.
But how much it is now? That is the issue. All it is just coming to criticize. Alright, and even if it go up, it go down, or however it go, the government is in control of the funding of oil and gas, or however it is coming. How are we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, benefiting? You say, tell that fella this, tell that fella that, and however it go. Trinidad and Tobago is in goal right now then. Come on now, man. Everything is in goal. Everything all right. Let me be real. Lennox Smith, you get through? Nice. Oh boy. So the lines are open, Don't let nobody frustrate you all. The number to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call or a WhatsApp voice note, 366-3053, 366-3053. Morning caller.
Yes, everything may not be gold, but you cannot be lying and misinforming the public like that. The UNC...
All right. What did he lie about?
Andy, are you hearing me? He said oil never go below $70.
Yes, we hear you, Lennox. But yes, we hear you.
What is a lie? The oil price went to below -$1. So let's stop misinforming people. UNC had oil prices at $100 and something a barrel, and yet they borrow. So let's stop misleading people, man. If they want to talk, yes, everything not all right, and we agree with that.
All right, what, all right, what not all right to you? Let me hear, you're saying everything not all right. So now I'm asking you, what is not all right? You're telling us always all right. What you believe not all right?
Everybody accepts that the crime situation out of hand, right? But that is not the end of it.
Right. Do you believe the PNM government and Fitzgerald Hines is doing a good job when it comes to the crime situation?
Let me ask you a question.
No. Answer that now. Oh God, answer that now, please. Do you believe?
In the circumstances, yeah, but let me ask you a question now.
No. Oh God, just answer that now. Do you believe, yes or no, that the PNM government is doing that? And I go answer your question after. I ask you some first.
I said, under the circumstances, it is not the best, but it is not the worst, right? But
it's not the best. Where say it's not the best, but
it is not the worst.
But it's not the worst.
It is not the worst.
The crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago is not the worst, and not at its worst.
It is not at its worst. It could have been worse. What about if the UNC was not playing politics with crime? It would have been even different.
How the UNC could be playing politics with crime when they are in opposition? Them have no power to hire or fire a police commissioner or put things in place.
Watchman, listen to me. The UNC refused to support serious legislation to do with crime. The anti-gang bill, the bail bill is only recently because the fear the five so-called dissidents would have voted against them. That is why they supported it, right? Look at it. The majority of people committing crime out there are repeat offenders. When you hear anything about people on 20-something and 30-something charges and out on bail, they know they could go in there and they had the lawyers on standby, they had the bailers on standby, and the next day they're out. And they are supported by the UNC. Only don't hide all head in the sand. Crime is not no political thing. UNC believe that crime was the moderate reach X amount, it will help them win election.
But you playing politics with crime too. You playing politics.
I am being realistic. Realistic. How on earth you can know, I can know that some men decided to go and ride for somebody and kill them tomorrow morning or this evening. How should we know that? How should we know that?
With proper policing, putting a proper police commissioner and all over, but the crime situation went down. Wait, how simple? What they move Gary for? What they move Gary for? Gary would have, it was in a situation with the criminal elements before they do something, they started think. The crime situation is statistics started go down.
And they start making a big fool of yourself. Right?
Man.
Start making a big fool of yourself because nobody knows when a criminal decides they're going to ride for somebody. And let us be real. Let us be real. Right?
Nobody would not know that, because if the person itself know that, they will know how to break themselves. But the legislation and the policies and the failure of the PNM to really and truly do the right thing, because they are the biggest set of criminals that have, is what causing all of this. One, what they interfere with the merit list for, whereby Gary is not there and he was dealing with the crime.
As they say criminals, how many people on the UNC bench have?
Oh boy. I don't like them kind of debate, and that is the kind of that PNM debate. Honestly, PNM debate always. Nobody don't know nobody gonna kill somebody. Nobody don't know nobody gonna shoot somebody. Who know that they're going to rob the house? How are they gonna blame Rowley for that? And that the kind of nonsense talk. That's why I run from this PNM thing long time, you know. That's how that is reason, you know. Hear them. They only on Rowley, but who know? When anybody come in and shoot them people, oh, how do you blame Rowley? So Rowley know that? And them kind of dotishness. It's the policies that Rowley put in place. Interfering in all independent institutions. Not making sure the procurement legislation had teeth. Putting spare crags in wrong hole. Favor here, there, and everywhere. How do you expect things to work? Who playing politics the most? Is the PNM at this point in time? When you talk like if Kamala them in government, I could take that kind of talk from you if Kamala them in government. If Kamala Prasad be says and the UNC not in government, how I go blame them for Heinz and the PNM government failure? Let me be real now, boy. Let me be real. If I in control of my household or my family, how I go blame somebody for what my children, for what what my son gonna do? My son do this. It's because of you, neighbor. You remember when at the time don't pick the fruit that was over the wall, the mango, and because of you, my son this, and because Papa, you are responsible for your household. You are responsible for your family. Rowley, as the government, as the father, technically, let me break it down for the lower masses to understand, is responsible for his household. And if he's not running his household right, when he leaving home, he leaving on the air condition still, he go get a big bill. Somebody leave a pot on the fire and go out the road to come back when the house burned down. All the lines are open. The numbers are call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or send us a WhatsApp call now, 366-3053, 366-3053. And that's the kind of PNM debates that me ain't like at all. It's just very, 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 very stupid. I like it. That's how the debates and race Them Indian this, them Indian that, and all them kind of chippiness. I fed up with them thing. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy.
Morning to you.
Am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, Andy, I was enjoying that little debate you were having with the previous caller. I want to say that maybe you should conduct those debates with actual Trinidadians who have an actual love for this country and who have a little bit of common sense or a little bit of sense. Because that fella come across as really, really, really blind, deaf, dumb. I don't know who lent him a phone.
Very good. And what is good about that is we get to see so many people who really don't understand why Rowdy them remains so powerful. This is the kind of debates we have to get where they go see how did this think.
Yeah.
And the propaganda they will be spending on teaching their kids.
They're traitors. Well, they reach to the extent where they actually poison the kids, you know. That kind of information you poison. You see, I have always said it. I remember I had called this program and I upset a Tobago caller. When I said that instead of building all them hotels in Tobago where children aspiring to be moppers and washers and cleaners and cookers and them kind of servants, why didn't put a university in Tobago where people could study to become lawyers and doctors and engineers and nurses and that type of thing? Grenada have a university. People go all over the world to study to become doctors in Grenada. What's wrong with Tobago? Why are Tobagonians subjecting themselves to politicians who say, listen, hotels for all you. Go and learn to scrub it. Go and learn to open door. Go and learn to park car. Go and learn to smile for a tip. You know, it's belittling. And we seem to, over and over, the same cycle of poverty created in Tobago, where you have an island of servants. Nothing more than that. And the caller from Tobago, I remember he was very upset and he was in a bus. But at the end of the day, the realities are that this country has too much money for Tobagonians to still be coming here for a birth paper, still be coming here for a death certificate. I thank you, Andy.
Thank you very much. Lennox Smith. Oh boy, oh boy. Morning, caller.
Yeah, Andy, I call you earlier and I tell you your program getting well distorted. Real media and transformation. I now call Lennox Day and he's trying to rectify it now.
What Lennox need to do, call him back and tell him lock off the corridor transformation for now. Lock it off. It will interfere until the technical man can think. Lock off that for now. Tell him just work through Real Media TT for now. Let the people know. Lock on to Real Media TT. Tell him lock off.
So
he tried.
You are going to him sense?
No. So you just let him know that for me.
All right, I'll do that. All right.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Next caller. Morning, caller. Yeah, morning. Them kind of debates, boy. And that is what they're being taught, eh? Only don't get tired up. That is what they're being taught in their homes. I have grown up around that. I've grown up around that. That type of way, that type of thinking when it coming to people. Yep. How everything just gain all that. Oh boy. Yeah, caller, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Faisabad.
Andy.
Yeah.
So Uncle who just called, right? And he said the oil price went down. That dollar is -0. And tell him, just let him know, that is the first term on the PNM led by Dr. Keith Rowley. I will say the right way. For the gay honorable Prime Minister, it was in the first term. This is the second term. He in power. So since they come back in power, and you know that, But as you talk about the PNM have no policy, and only thief and all kind of thing from 9 years ago, they're bringing it to sell it today as if today It come out the butcher shop yesterday. Eh? No, but they're selling pork with blue mouth in it, blue disease. Eh? This is 4 years making the second term, and the oil price never dropped under $70. Yeah? So let him know, right, that when we talk with good evidence. So let him say which year the oil price went down to -0. It reached to -$45. West Texas crude at it last less than 3 days. So how that can affect the production? Because we would have already sell for that quarter, and the oil production coming for the next quarter where it's affected, we would have get the full revenue. So let them know that it have people out here finding out where is the money and the revenue with a budget of 70 billion for this year. Where is the economic growth and prosperity, or not even prosperity, but the development of the nation, for the people, for the wider community? And that's what they voted on. Because old talk and mama gives them. And Miss talk, so just tell them, yeah, with no substance in it. Have a nice day.
Oh boy, thank you. Morning.
Tell that lying gentleman just now, the statement he made is that oil price never dropped below 70. That was his general statement. So now you're correcting him, talking about stupidness. Only much face facts. And that is what only cannot face. Only cannot face that. And again, I keep asking, where are the evidence that PNM personal thief?
Thank you very much. Next caller. Oh boy. Where is the personal evidence? Well, they don't have a real police commissioner there, so the evidence can't come. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy. Morning. Freeport here. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Mikey, and morning to everybody on the program. Andy, tell that PNM caller, if he don't have nothing to do, or if his head is straight up. Hello?
Yeah, we are listening.
If his head is straight up and Rowley Ray, take it out, please, now. And the next thing, Andy, you used to drive Maxi before. Did it have any law stating that you're not supposed to have music in a Maxi? As you could remember?
You could have, when Maxi, way back then, remember Maxi used to have real music, boom, 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 children thing, boom, boom, and a law passed where only could have a certain amount of music in your Maxi.
Yes, you're supposed, well, I had Maxi too, right? You're supposed to have nothing bigger than a 6-inch speaker. But if a police or a license officer stop you before he could charge you for loud music, a device to check the decibel, the noise in the Maxi, how loud it is. And well, poor Maxi man, working Maxi and don't know the law, so he allowed the police or the license officer, whoever, to do what they want. But I don't know if you know or anybody know that the police or the license officer coming out on the road to charge people, they're supposed to have the schedule at each ticket they're giving you to show you the cost on a paper. You know that? Hello?
Yes, you go ahead.
No, I'm asking you if you know that.
No, well, I'm learning. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, that was, well, I had to say was now, because the way they're changing things just to suit them. You don't know it may be changed, but I don't know it changed. They're supposed to show you what law you break, what they're charging you for, and look at here, 500, 1,000, whatever. And the next thing, Andy, yesterday I was on YouTube. Today I get blocked. I know I'm still on Facebook because you see me on Facebook. So these people who have hierarchy friends in the UNC, tell them for me, please, leave Mr. Freeport alone. Mr. Freeport don't interfere with nobody. Everybody have a contribution to make. The only problem I would have with somebody if they come and talking against the UNC and the ground report. That would be my problem. But anybody making a contribution, it has no stupid contribution. The only stupid contribution anybody can make is the one that they don't make. And I don't know why people operating like that.
Oh boy, thank you so much, my brother. Message well sent, message well sent. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's get on to business. To some more business here. Oh boy, a pleasant good morning to you, NTA leader, Captain Gary Griffith, former commissioner. Well, this morning the place is hot, whereby we wanted to, just have a minor, one PNM supporter call and say the crime is not at its worst, right? We also had a little debate this morning based on the whole issue of the SSA that they say try to overthrow a government, or they went in that kind of direction. And now we've seen where they're having interviews with them, where we see looking to rehire back, where reporters asking Mr. Hines some pertinent questions, and you're seeing how we're going. So who best to give us an idea of what they own, if it's a witch hunt? Some people say, well, I said this morning that I wonder if the 15 or 14 of them that they fired and still doing interviews with the rest there, is it that rest now, the massaging them or putting them in a spot to organize to go after Gary Griffith again? I'm just assuming, based on the lack of information by the National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines. A pleasant good morning to you again. What says thou, Gary?
Well, good morning to you and to your many listeners. Well, the first thing is, whoever is that PNM caller to say that crime is not that bad, I don't know, they need to pull their head out of the sand. It's not just about crime statistics, even though it is the worst we've ever seen, but it is also about the perception and fear of crime. The country has never felt so fearful of crime. And we have the hierarchy of the police service handpicked by the government, where they feel that the only avenue to reduce crime is to have roadblocks. Only in a banana republic, people, you all would have gone, people listening to it. So the PNM tell your dead supporters who usually travel to London, to Miami, to New York, to Canada, have you ever seen a roadblock? Have you ever seen a roadblock last more than 15 minutes? But the reason for that is because of the incompetence of the hierarchy of the police service, who have never traveled further north than Tobago, not understanding that after 15 minutes, a roadblock becomes totally irrelevant because of Waze, because of group chats, because of criminals having their lead scout. So anything after 15 minutes, the criminal has to be the dumbest criminal in the world to stay in a roadblock with illegal weapons or drugs. And that only what you do now is inconvenience the citizens, cause them to frustrate themselves more, despise the police more, cause public trust and confidence to become even less than the 8% at this time, which is the lowest ever compared to the 59% when I was there. So to the PNM joker who said that it's not that bad, put that in your pipe and smoke it. As it pertains to the SSA situation, yet again, when he listed Fitzgerald Hines, he said that a one-man show has continued. This one-man show they speak about leads a political party that went after the 31 safest PNM seats and cut inroads almost as much as 80%, where PNM would have won by 1,300 votes. We could cut it down to 200 in some of their safest seats. So that is this. So what he refers to as the one-man show is the same individual that forced him to call a press conference, that forces his prime minister to call my name every 5 minutes. I think he calls my name more than Sharon, and he calls Sharon's name now. So that this one-man show has become the biggest thorn in the side of the PNM. I have become the major concern for the PNM, and we will continue to do so by exposing their lies, their incompetence, and the way that they continue to affect national security. By the prime minister deliberately removing 24 persons in the SSA. It is not coincidental, Trinidad and Tobago, that it is almost simultaneous to the high spike in crime that when these persons were removed. because these individuals provided what was known as predictive policing, intelligence-driven policing, that provided the information to the police to prevent the crime from taking place. That is what these individuals did. Trinidad and Tobago never had that before. In New York City, there are 35,000 police officers. 3,000 of them drive taxis, sell hot dogs, or vagrants. They work undercover. They go in the underworld, become part of the terrorist groups and so forth to know what is taking place. We never had that until I became commissioner. And that's where we started having covert operatives. Because of Keith Rowley's incompetence and lack of knowledge and understanding in national security, he did not know that. He stupidly also stated that why would SSA have firearms? And PNM till the dead supporters foolishly listen to that. The SSA equates with the CIA. Do you think the CIA has slingshots and marshmallows to protect themselves? No. The SSA must have firearms to protect their officers if they go in volatile situations, 2 o'clock in the morning, to acquire intelligence in hotspot areas. And this has been done since 1995, when they said why the SSA will have weapons. They always had weapons, so they lied to the country. Then to fire 24 persons and to foolishly state that these persons were a threat to national security. They were members of a cult. They were members of a coup. They were planning to destabilize the government. They are terrorists. You make all of these statements, and not up to now, not one name you could call, and not one person arrested. So you make accusations that we have persons involved in terrorist activities controlling our major intelligence unit, and you can't call a name. And that is what has happened now, based on your question. Because they realize now that you've made damning accusations on these 24 individuals, these persons cannot work anywhere again. You have smeared their character. They probably can't even get a visa to go to the United States. You have accused them of being terrorist cult members, possible assassins. And because they know that each of them are now going to sue the state, and the same taxpayer, whether you're PNM or UNC or NTA taxpayer, you're now going to have to pay $10 to $20 million for each person because they can never work again. You have now destroyed their character. Multiply that by 24. This could go up to almost $500 million that is going to cost the state. Because they realize their lies, what they've done now is get the representatives of the SSA to meet with these individuals to ask them to return. Why would you ask persons to return if you thought that they were cult members or they were assassins or they were terrorists? Because you knew it was a lie. This was identical to what took place when the Emailgate lie came about, which is what Robbie loves to do, go in parliament to read lies so he would not be sued. You stated that Gary Griffith was involved in a plan to assassinate a reporter, but then 2 years later you recommend him to be commissioner of police. You wouldn't do that unless you knew what was an Emailgate was a lie. And it's the same thing that they are doing now. The state wouldn't ask to bring these persons back unless they knew fully well that they are not terrorists. Why would you ask people to come back if there's still an ongoing investigation? Because their DCP stated that this matter is still being investigated. Even though this DCP didn't understand that an AR-15 is not an assault rifle. The man foolishly thought AR meant assault rifle, and AR-15 is a semi-automatic weapon. Educate yourself, DCP Benjamin, and understand. But that's what happens when you have senior police officers who have never held a firearm or gone on a range in years. So going back to this point now, you have asked these persons to come back. And the lies that if you listen to Fitzgerald Hines yesterday, he continued to state, no, it's a lie. Nobody has been rehired. We never said that, Fitzy. Don't try to fool the country with your nonsense. What we said is that you have now sent representatives to meet with these people you fired, asking them to return in the hope that they would not sue you. And then when the media asked Hines that, he said, I'm not prepared to answer that. So the state, the government have now sent representatives begging for these persons to return in the hope that they will not sue the state. And it shows the point, if you were so sure that these persons were terrorists, were cult members, why would you want them to return to the SSA? Let me finally add, the lies to justify firing them by stating that they were involved in a unit that was not established. Total nonsense. As the Commissioner of Police, I formed the Gender-Based Violence Unit, the Rapid Response Unit, the Emergency Response Patrol, the Special Operational Response Team, the Operational Command Center, the Social Media Monitoring Unit, dozens of units that were not fully and formally established by the TTPS. You think you could fire them? No, what you would have done is reassign them if you wanted to disband the unit, like you did with SORT. SORT officers could not be fired. So the lies to justify firing these people by stating that they were in a unit that was not formally established cannot justify firing people. What you would have done is shut down the unit and reassign them. But you fired them, called them assassins and terrorists, and now you're trying to rehire them. You would not rehire them unless you knew fully well that they were never those persons that you accused them of being in the first place.
Wow. Wow. So let me ask something. Say, do you believe that this all of this is really and truly to try to go get Gary? Because it just keep coming across like that, as you say. Dr. Rowley calls your name more than he even calls a significant one that he's married to. So do you believe all of this? And what do you think that you'll see more of this in the future?
Yeah, well, the first thing, Keith Rowley needs to somebody please tell him he's not my type, so I'm not interested. If I'm calling my name every 5 minutes, that's one. Two, what happened yet again, this is a desperate force they've done, and they've realized that the UNC has a support base of about 35% that they cannot shift. That remains under the UNC and Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. 8 to 10% come under the NTA. And that 10% decides who gets into government. That 10% will comprise primarily persons who would be previous PNM supporters who may not be supportive of the UNC, and they will shift. That is what he is fearful of. So those type of supporters, when they work with the ULF in '86, when they worked with the UNC in 2010, speaks annihilation for the PNM. And that is what is his concern. So he knows that, look, my main threat is Gary Griffith. That is why every single thing is targeted to try to discredit me, smear my name, have me arrested, and they have been throwing every single thing under the sun. They've hired 70 police officers for the last 3 years to be involved in investigations in the hope to find anything as it pertains to the firearm issue. And that is 500,000 police hours used. 500,000 police hours in the last 3 years investigating legal firearms, and up to now, not one name you could call, not one weapon could be seized, and not one person charged. And the reason being is that you can't arrest people on lies. So they failed with the firearms. After 3 audits, nothing could come out of it. Then they came now with the SSA. Somebody fooled them into believing Gary Griffith gave out weapons to the SSA, which was a lie. If there are police officers in the SSA, I can always issue weapons to the police officers in the performance of their duties with the SSA. But they thought, Gary gave weapons to a private civilian organization, we have him. When they realized it was a lie and it failed, they had to do damage control now to try to shift the goalposts after all of this bacchanal they did by firing the SSA director. And that is why they turned to this nonsense. And my point being is, I'm not here to protect all 24. Even if one of them really and truly committed a crime, you can't be such a foolish prime minister and the chair of a National Security Council to make these damning accusations without any shred of evidence, witnesses, documents, or anyone being charged. So you make a public statement. The world is hearing that Trinidad and Tobago has terrorists, has assassins in the heart of your intelligence agency. You imagine if the USA says that CIA has persons in the CIA involved as being terrorists, plans to assassinate the president, a cult.
Go ahead.
Exactly. If that had happened, the whole United States would be totally at risk to be seen as a terrorist state. That is what Keith Rowley has done to this country, because that is where our watches, we started being red flagged throughout the world, because you have a prime minister stating that our major intelligence agency consists of persons in a cult, in a terrorist group, assassins, plan to overthrow the government, plan for an attempted coup, in the heart of the intelligence agency, yet you cannot arrest one person or call one name, giving the impression that these persons are still around there. And that is where his fault, his mistake took place. He made this stupid comment, and now you have affected the reputation, not just of these 24 citizens, but the country, locally and internationally. Yeah, you cannot get a name whilst the matter is still under investigation. If a matter is still under investigation, why would you make such a damning statement to embarrass Trinidad and Tobago, and you can't charge one person? And now to top it off, because he is so desperate, because we thought we were going after Gary, we realized it was a lie again. Somebody have to go to jail. So let's just make these wild accusations. These citizens have rights. And because of their rights, he realized they're all going to court. And now he has to do a U-turn to hope that they could come back, in the hope that they will go back into the same SSA. If you knew that these persons are terrorists and assassins, why would you have representatives of your government meet with them to ask them to return? It shows just like the firearm audit. It showed just like Emailgate. Keith Rowley and Fitzgerald Hines have lied yet again to the country. And by doing that, how could anyone want these individuals to run not just national security, but to run a country?
Oh boy. Thanks so much, Gary Griffith. Oh boy, let me liaise with
My
the
pleasure,
people.
gentlemen.
Yes, man. Oh boy, I wonder if Lennox Smith inside, boy. Lennox, you're getting. You had to go back normal. You had to try to go back normal. Just woke up normal. That's all. Morning, caller. Morning, caller.
All right, Mike. All right, Andy. Are you hearing me better now?
Yeah, we are hearing you, but you had to go normal. You had to go normal. It interfering for now.
All right. No, there's something went wrong this morning, man. I was only getting static, very in and out kind of audio. But it's all right now. Something was on your side had to be adjusted.
No, nothing on my
Your side, no.
No, nothing on my side.
Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, we are back to normal then. Because
nice. Well, I wonder if you heard Captain Gary Griffith with all what he said there, because again the lines are open. People are waiting to make their contribution.
Yes. I heard him. I think a substantial part of it, or a sufficient amount to formulate an opinion on the on his response. I had the irksome experience of having to listen to Fitzgerald Hines yesterday. I mean, irksome, puerile, nonsensical, convoluted, and a mixture of someone who clearly is in a state of infantility, if you want to call it that. That's a term to say to suggest that clearly he has not yet matured, and his brain or mind has not yet, or his intellect has not yet formulated to a point where he can rationally engage in a discourse. Because here it is, in an attempt, of course, to.
Caller, let Lennox finish.
Let's go to the line. Go
ahead, caller.
I don't want to disturb that.
Yeah. Morning, Andy Williams. Morning, Mikey, Lennox Smith, and morning, Mikey K, wherever you are. Andy, why
good morning,
Mikey K? I love all his contributions.
Right. Go ahead. What's your issue? Yeah.
Yeah.
He will be with us. He will be with us. Patience is virtue. All right. If he's that loved by you. All right.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Mr. Lennox. I want to talk about the two policewomen that called for help in the city gate. Who is this wicked senior police officer that sent two women in the city gate in a hot spot like that? Two women. Who did that? And when they fail now, they want to blame the public as always. Two women in city gate? Where were the male police officers? Why are you so wicked for, boy? And who write that law, boy? Hey, the PNM always had to blame the public, boy. And according to one of the callers, if that helper got injured while he is helping the police, what is his position? Who compensates him? What they're going to do to help him? What? Andy? And secondly, where is all the filth from the UNC? What do you have to say on this matter? Oh, God, man, these people are really disgusting. Until that PNM caller, and you don't know how to deal with them. Thanks very much, and I'll have a good day.
Thank you so much. Oh, boy, next caller. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Felix here, Andy. I know here Lennox say, yeah, thanks for the information from you that I give him.
And secondly,
thanks very much, caller, for that very express concern. In fact, I consider it to be a quality control one, where of course you had assisted in me getting back on, because I got so far off the system voluntarily. So we are back up, of course, on both YouTube and Facebook. So thank you very much, caller.
All right, morning, caller.
Good morning to the ground report. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I must first say, people that there but they don't listen. Listen is very important. The other day I was watching a program and I hear the man who conducting the program saying, "Oh, I listening to a tape." Whoosh, and I had to tell the Prime Minister, I had to tell my friend this. And I said to myself, I show you some overture or something he's talking about. And it ended up to being the same thing. This man is hearing too much and he's making too much of bacchanal in this place, as easy as that. You understand? Because what he think he hear is not what he hear. Because this thing we're playing out here now is far from what he tell himself he hear. You understand? And man, you want to fix this country, you want to help fix this country, no, you're mashing it up. You understand? Because what you hear, you're going and tell your friend, and it's not so. Dig yourself. I don't understand what's going on in this country. Everybody just want to say what they want to say, and they don't have a clue what they're saying. You understand? All they're doing, just making bacchanal, just making division in this country for a reason. God, I don't know, like they're scoring some kind of point or something, or they're getting paid to do that or something. I can't understand what's going on in this country. I read sick and tired of what's going on in this country, you know. But it's just that I cannot do anything about it, but just pray about it. That is all I can do.
And how things is, and how what do you say when you say country? You're saying same thing for Tobago too. How things across there and the people.
It's Trinidad and Tobago. I can't say Trinidad alone. It's Trinidad and Tobago. Regardless of what.
Nice. You go ahead, man.
And what I have to say again, people, please, this country washed with demon, it washed with the devil. And I know what I'm saying. I'm not stupid. The Prime Minister thinks that people stupid. We are not stupid as he say. You see the medication that you have to buy in the drugstore? If you look at the package, there are 2 signs on it, and those 2 signs are evil signs. So you taking it and you don't even know what's going on with you. So that is why you see you have the people under control, because everybody under the devil spell. Everybody under the devil spell. People will say, well, that mean nothing, and it don't mean nothing. I know what it means because I know, I read about those things. I know about it. I read about it, I know about it, I have the movie about it and everything. You understand? Those things are evil signs. That's the way they're controlling the population with evil. And Prime Minister, you tell yourself you're an island unto yourself. You're not an island unto yourself. You understand? What are people and them for? What are paying you for? What people paying you for? You understand? You just tell yourself you have everything under control. If a king does not listen to the people, he is foolish. And if a leader wants to party, he cannot run a country. Look in the Bible. I don't have to tell you where to look for it. Look in the Bible if you know your Bible. All you going on. I know this leading up to the coming of Christ. But all you're doing is foolishness. You're really doing foolishness. It's better you be on God's side than to be on the devil's side. And I don't understand what's going on. You want everybody to be devilish in this country, and that is what's going on right now in this country, as far as I've seen it. All you have a good morning.
All right, thank you very much, Tobago. Oh, boy.
And in case, how far are we? 37 bus? We have a caller?
Oh, just
go ahead, caller.
do listen to him. Just do listen to him because demon stupidness. Look what going on in the country. Look at the crime in the country, and they be kamla. $6 billion a year. All them fix a road, all them build a school, all them build a station. Where the money gone? And only trying to go in parliament and lie. That's what everything come out of road, lie. That's what that time. Mr. Monte disinfectant cracks, you know. That's what you want to disinfectant crop because this country. Here, I do not want to see about this country, big in this country. They can't get up and don't drink don't smell the coffee, drink the coffee and keep going in the country. Mr. Freeport, give me a call now. My number is 723-1480. 723-1480.
Oh boy.
Let
me just take the next one. Let me just clear there quick. Lennox, you're coming in.
Go ahead. Because time is fast. I'm being exhausted. Go ahead.
Andy, give me 30 seconds, please. Now. Sorry for that. Andy, you know the Ministry of Health taking the taxpayers' money and buying big water bottle and handbag and little things and giving out the supporters. Why are they doing that for? Why are they taking the taxpayers' money and buying that instead of buying equipment and medication for the people? And then the Minister of Health go tell the people, just now, somebody said they go have to pay for the health services now. And taking the taxpayers' money and buying handbag and big water bottle and giving out the supporters, and hand me down government. for the supporters. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, again. Let's run it quick.
Oh, this is Angie. Send the WhatsApp for me so I can send a message.
Okay, Angie.
Cora want to know where the evidence is that PNM thief. Go up in Canada, it are two big buildings there that are sitting PNM minister back in here told them they siphon money from the racetrack and build them 2 billion with it. There is where they thief. That is 2 billion there for you. Have a good day, Auntie.
You had to wait for that. You just go Bali's house.
Let me continue. Let me.
Morning.
Hey, good morning again, gentlemen. I'll be quick. I just heard Captain Griffith on there, and hoorah to you from, you know that hoorah, what that's from. You would know, as a Sandhurst trained man across the big pond. Hey, one thing I have to, I wouldn't want to correct Captain Griffith. I want to verify something that he said, or modify, for a better choice of word. Not correct, but he made a comparison and saying that if and what happened with the Rowley administration, with the highest levels of the intelligence apparatus in Trinidad, National Security Intelligence Unit or structure, that he's given the impression to the entire world. Well, he did that actually, that you have terrorists within your ranks or people who are, traitors to their country. But and you say, and what Captain Griffith said, that's what spurred my call. He said that imagine if that was shown in the CIA in the United States. Well, I just want to let Captain Griffith know that here in the United States, all of the security mechanisms who are supposed to protect and serve the interests of the American people, a lot of them have been compromised at the top, all of them. And but there are some good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones politically, and they have weaponized Justice Department. They've weaponized other areas too, including our justice systems and so on, against their political opponents. And only one particular administration is doing that, which of course I don't have to tell you all which one. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that situation, that the same thing is happening in Trinidad, where the national security apparatus there, they're definitely weaponizing it from what I see, and especially I see it in the justice system, that where you're supposed to protect and serve the interests and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And here, like an example here, so too in the United States, that is not happening. But anyway, just wanted to share that. Thank you again, gentlemen. Have a good day.
But of course, by that statement, you're saying that you agree that most, if not all of them, carry arms. They carry arms, physical arms. As part of their portfolio.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when I say,
thank you very much. Oh boy, next caller, morning. Good morning. Good morning. Apache, morning.
Morning.
What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yesterday, I was watching a clip where the Vice President of the USA, Miss Kamala Harris, was coming down from a plane, and it was raining. And I had to laugh at this because you know why? She's woman enough to hold her own umbrella. She have no Secret Service holding no umbrella for her. Nobody. She holding her own umbrella. And besides that, our Minister of National Security had a fireman holding an umbrella for him on a hot day. How Trinidad is such a great country, and believe it or not. Just imagine that, the Vice President of the USA holding her own umbrella. It just go to show you the mentality that some of we Trinidadians really, really have. Anyway, getting back now to the serious note about the crime situation.
Well, I want to find out if it's on that same day. That's the day he fell asleep at the podium.
Listen, this man just fall asleep anyway.
He went to sleep and fall asleep on the podium, but just imagine that. Yeah, go ahead, my friend.
Listen, this man could hold a clothesline and stand up and sleep, you know.
Yeah, you can sleep in a tub of water.
Well, I wouldn't go that far because falling asleep in a tub of water looking for trouble. It's like a drunk man with a loaded gun. You know what I mean?
I hear you, my friend. Go ahead, make an
Yes.
additional
So, gentlemen, and
contribution.
I must say, it's not about the crime situation in the country. It is really unbecoming now. And trust me, Mr. Hines, and this man have all the gall to tell the people in the country that he is satisfied with what he is doing. You see, this is the thing that the poor man will always suffer in the country for, all we ask of any government, whatever it's UNC, DLP, PNM, IPL, whoever, DAC, whatever, all the citizens really want in the country is just good facilities, good road, good water supply, good education, good security, good lighting system, good food, good health. That's all we want. And I can't understand how these rocket scientists and them just come up with these ideas. Look, for example, you want to have a roadblock on a Friday morning. I mean, show me the common sense. And the next thing again, I don't know why Hines don't bring out the army. Listen, the army is strong. I think the army is nearly about 3,005 men. That's about the strength of the army. You understand? I mean, these guys, they are hungry. Remember, they are locked up in Tetron, in Point, in Komoto, wherever they have army camps in Paria. These men are locked down there, And when I mean locked down, they just go to work, pull a guard at tour duty, and that's it. Go home, and that's it. These men are hungry to come out there, and apart from hungry, these men want, I'm not talking because I know some of them, these men want to come out and make Trinidad and Tobago a better place. But I guess it'll up to the politicians. Gentlemen, have a blessed one and a safe one.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, I suppose it is too hugely embarrassing to precept because they were against precepting soldiers and so on to work alongside with the police service with similar training in order to, of course, effect arrests. But instead, they had to walk behind the police all the time. The police must be there to effect an arrest, and therefore, I think it's tautology. I think is an abuse, if not a poor use of manpower that you require now. The soldiers themselves cannot arrest on their own volition. They have to await the presence of a police officer, which, of course, to me, defeats the purpose for which the entire additional human resource was supposed to be deployed for that purpose.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Programming. People hot this morning.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I wasn't part of the what I consider to be the crucial aspect of it. I think it was nice. I listened, of course, to Gary Griffith as well. I think he is on par as per usual. Of course, he has his own axe to grind in that he's of the belief that anybody says that he's a one-man party, he takes offense. Having regard to, of course, the recent performance during the course of the local government elections. I don't know if that equates a membership, but that's another story. But the fact of the matter is that Hines again was engaged in, of course, speaking foolishness, playing smart with foolishness. He reminded me of Stuart Young when he was asked the pointed question, whether or not the ambassador of the United States who he met with, he said in the parliament that the question of Delcy Rodriguez was not addressed. And then he came back and said, well, Ole didn't ask me that way, and therefore, of course, it was not addressed, when in fact the ambassador came out and said, well, no, you lie. I did in fact, it was my duty to mention and to inquire as to what transpired as far as Delcy Rodriguez is concerned, and all the circumstances and the proximity of events such as that shipment
yes.
of
Hold 1 minute, I have a caller there.
Venezuela.
Go ahead, caller.
Morning, gentlemen. Calling from
You have a caller?
Go ahead, Bibarpo.
Gentlemen, Trinidad and Tobago, we have our own laws. We are a Republican state. We are our own country. Now, it seems like there are people who always have their underlying agenda to try to justify the dotishness that this government is doing. By any time you see somebody comes and start to bring up an issue, they always, well, you know, the same thing happening all around the world. It have that happening here and it have that happening here. We don't want to know what is happening anywhere. We want to know that this is happening here and how we're going to fix and deal with what is happening here. So when Gary Griffith come out and sort of talk what he had to say and explain to the population how deceitful, the type of lies and betrayal that is coming out from Rowley and our system here. I don't want to hear nobody calling and telling me that, oh, here what, this happening in the America, this happening in the CIA. Because when them flying and going to Trinidad and Tobago, they don't get red flag. They don't get pulled aside in no corner and search and all kind of thing. They could do whatever they want, and they just be free to go through any port of entry where they travel. Is you and I, because of the dotishness that has come out from Rowley mouth, the statement that has come out from Rowley mouth, how he is governing this country is what does have me in a line for hours to go through all kind of security scan and all kind of thing. Because from the time they hear, okay, it are all this kind of murder and killing and drug trafficking and kidnapping and terrorism taking place in this country. I wonder if this man who coming in here, boy, if he could be a big threat to my security system, or if he coming to assassinate somebody in my country. So then automatically now, I am flagged. So I don't want the FBI have. I don't want to hear what the FBI have. I want to know that, oh, hear what? You is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. You is of the National Security Council of Trinidad and Tobago. What image and what perception you give in the outside world for your citizen to be welcome and accommodated as good, nice, decent, law-abiding citizen in those countries that we decide to travel to? And this is where people can understand what is taking place in this country. You know. One idiot is making a bad name for 1.4 million people in Trinidad and Tobago. And unless these people cannot wake up and understand that Trinidad and Tobago want betterment. And this is why we always had this divide in our politics when we go to vote. It has one group of people want betterment for themselves and the country, and our next group of people who just vote for the PNM looking for leadership. They want leadership. So anybody could come and tell them, hey, here what? I looking like earlier? I'm going to lead you people, so follow me. And for the next 10 years, you have no betterment in your life. The country is nowhere better than when this person that's looking for leadership. You feel if Rowley was somebody who could have made betterment for this country and for the people, I wouldn't vote for him. I would be the first person going and put my finger in that X to vote for Rowley if he could have bring betterment for the citizen and country. I don't want leadership. I am my own leader. I could make my own decision. I could direct my own path. Why it is so much people cannot come out of that slavery mentality and realize that, here what? We pass looking for leadership in our lives now. This is the 24th century we're living in. Forget leadership. All these people who does appear to be as leaders for all you is a sort of deceitful, nasty people. We're only misleading all you. Start looking for betterment, no matter what color skin you're looking for. You see the Syrian community, the Chinese community in Trinidad looking for any kind of leadership. You ever hear them war kafra? You ever see a kafra kamban the Syrian community have? You ever see a Xi Jinping for the Chinese community in Trinidad? Them come here for betterment. So whatever happens, them making their business and them putting money in their pocket to buy house and land and things for the people. All you're looking for leadership. All you're following Rowley. Rowley is the great black leader. He's the pillar of hope for the African community. But where are you today, 9 years from now, and over 65 years since Eric Williams was in government? Where are your leaders now? How have they represent you? Kaprakamban going to come out with us as a dashiki and all kind of stupidness for Emancipation Day and give all you some hampers and some little charity and then all go run and say, I will leader, I will leader. But all you owning land, all you owning business, all you educating all your children, all you better off today than 50, 20 years ago. Ask yourself that. And ask yourself if we're going to continue looking for leadership with a set of fake imposters who hiding under people like Imbert and them that reaping all the benefits from the country. And then where are you? Where are you today? How are you going to live tomorrow? What future you have for every citizen in this country who live here for the last 60 or 50 years, supposed to earn a home and a piece of land that they could say they could pass on to their children and the next generation and all kind of thing. How much people still renting and cramped in all kind of little apartments all over this country? All they still looking for leadership. And then when all they pass and see other people, all they saying the thief and the this and the that and thing, check all yourself before you wreck all yourself. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Take care.
Mr. Bagpo, I want to tell you, go to the top of the class. I think what you have said is not only pregnant, it's not only realistic, but of course is nestled with a lot of practicality. And that is the reality of Trinidad and Tobago today. So well done. Yes, you are so correct.
So correct. Go ahead, next caller. Go ahead.
You have another caller? Go ahead, caller.
Yes, man. This is Silver Fox. Morning.
Go ahead, the Fox.
Morning.
Yes, man. Trinidad and Tobago have so many bright people. I don't know if the brightness that take away the common sense, because they're watching this country going down, and no bright or so person is not coming out to see about us. Now we make a man from Antigua, right? He is telling us that we can't employ nobody. He frees employment. My neighbor Stringberry here. His neighbor Stringberry somewhere else. I don't know if he's in the sea or Ebon or what. But the people in this country is just sitting back and taking all this nonsense this man dishing out on us. And the more this man dish out on us, he's laughing at Trinidad and Tobagonians. And we just sitting there. Just sitting and only talking every morning. Trinidad and Tobago. Oh God, let me wake up now. This is our land. Trinidad and Tobago was a beautiful place before these people come to mash it up. Let us save what liquor we could save now. Let us save what liquor we could save. Oh God, I'm begging all you, please. We are better than that. We want to live better than that. We want to be something. We want to be people too. Right? We was born not to be treated like this. We are treated so badly. And before I go, I have to say this to the Tobago House Assembly. It's easier to talk to God and get to your Bible instead of getting to talk to all you. Thank you.
Wow. A not so subtle message to the THA boy.
Boy, morning caller.
Good morning.
Pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
Andy Fagrandi.
Hey, Ann Brown.
Yes, Mr. Lennox. My political leader, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Sessa. My hard-working Senator Jillian John. Reminder that our pre-budget consultation continues today, 23rd of July 2024. Location, Bad Constituency Office. People, please come out and support us and join the conversation. We want to live better. Have a blessed day, gentlemen.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, boy. Well, as we say, we would not push it to no extent because we mustn't draw out ourselves to the extent to get boring. However, while by Monday or so, you're supposed to see some very serious changes within the program. Time check, it's 9 o'clock. Yes. All right, I go take this one. So whoever want to call, let me make sure and check before we look to wrap up. Because it's 9 o'clock. Oh, boy. Morning, caller.
Hey, quickly, good morning. Mr. Smith, I just need a version correction in what we were discussing. When I say weaponization, I wasn't speaking literally. I was speaking of...
No, I understand that. I was speaking literally after you made your theoretical or your... Yeah.
Right.
Or,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that folks understood this. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
you all have a good day. God bless.
Hey, I see your partner from away. When he was making a contribution. Real try, real trying to get in. The Democrat man, the Democrat partner. Oh God, boy, the man real try. He needed to answer back. I know he needed to answer back.
But you know, the spice of life is variety, and in a true democracy, people have different views. At the end of the day, of course, the majority will have their way, whilst of course the minority would have had their say.
Nice. Well, boy, today in total.
I would like to comment still, Andy, if you would give me about a second or so to I want to comment on the Mr. Barack Paul. I want to continue because he said that 20 years ago, if you ask the people if they were better off then as they are today, of course they would say they were better off then. Well, of course, I want to leave it as close as nine years ago, people, because Rowley was asked that question, and he said in uncertain terms, well, listen, if when Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC were in office between 2010 and 2015, if milk and honey was flowing, then you had to be a fool not to have been better off than under his administration. So the answer to that is very clear. Of course, he made the point about leadership, people searching for leadership. Well, of course, I would have liked to comment or juxtapose that with Dr. Rowley's position on when the former president of the United States was shot recently, talking about Trump, and Rowley sent a letter to the people ostensibly to the people of the United States. But what he said in it was that he joined Biden. He joined Biden in, of course, wishing Trump a speedy recovery. And then again, at that point in time when he said that, I said, it was always something narcissistic, something self-serving, and so on. He just wanted to get close to the man and make the man feel that somehow he's on his side, even though, of course, the American policy is about for America, so that will not obfuscate or take away the fact that the Americans immediately on the crime situation in Trinidad, and the statement made by him or Rowley that we are under siege here by some religious cult looking to overthrow the government. Well, of course, they upped their advisories to their own people, saying effectively, don't come to Trinidad, but if you do, don't go to places like the Nelson Street and Laventille and so on. So that is what he has done. But most recently, Andy, you wouldn't believe, in nominating or suggesting that Kamala Harris must be the nominee for the Democrats, you wouldn't believe Rowley sent a letter to. And here we say, he commend Biden for his stance on by seeking the interests of the people of America, but more significantly, he supports his nomination of Kamala. Don't just imagine that.
That man like a real grasshopper, boy.
I'm telling you, he is despicable, and it's so obvious. And don't be surprised if he take our money to get a lobbyist over there to make sure that letter or that statement reaches the Biden administration. That's how sick that man is. And of course, we have some other information that is swirling about why he is taking that role. That doesn't interest Trinidad and Tobago. You didn't speak on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You should be talking about the people of Trinidad and Tobago, despise persons who would want to kill or assassinate a leader in the United States, etc. But to say you join Biden, it sounds so what I consider to be.
I understand what you're saying. Here, what I find funny, in all the letters and correspondence that you're telling me, he haven't say, we the people of Trinidad and Tobago, wherever is only Rowley.
You the Prime Minister. Strictly, that's all you should be saying. The people of Trinidad and the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago, condemns that act. I can understand that. But to say you join Biden, I mean, it simply does not equate. So it means that he always has some sinister agenda. So he mentioning Biden just to, of course, to ingratiate and to get some kind of personal favor, because Trinidad and Tobago will not benefit from that, because we have not shown that we are independent of thought, and that is a statement coming genuinely from the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago, which he, Rowley, is supposed to have been, or supposed to be the representative. It is like giving up your sovereignty and of course belittling yourself and the country, and continue to damage the international image of the country. You wouldn't hear that from the Chinese leadership, nor the Russian leadership. In fact, Putin said and said, well, listen, that is all your cause that, but of course we condemn the act, but of course because of all your gun policy and the way how all it interfere, according to him, with other countries, etc., why that kind of incident will take place. So why it's condemning? He shows an independent position of the people of Russia, China, and all of the other nations of the globe. Only Rowley said that he joined Biden. I mean, come on.
Like if anybody looking at thing bullet at you. Anyhow, Trinidad and Tobago, it's 7 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Yes, I must have, thanks so much for locking on to the Ground Report. Whether it be on a Facebook, YouTube, Real Media, or on Corridor Transformation, or on the Workers' Right platform. Thanks so much. Hey, Hoodie, Ban, Tommy, Steve, Jerome, Rajendra Maraj, Marvin Frederick, all of you. Oh boy. And don't forget to share after.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to comment on extensively on Heinz's puerile, what I consider to be excuses that he would have been making, but certainly we'll have that opportunity tomorrow.
Exactly.
So have a good rest of the day, people.
And no, you see what it is, you made a move that I understood well much, because again, these days, too long is be too much. And I like how it is you're organizing with your program there.
Yeah, right. Let's one of people when I do get the stamina and the energy to think these days is very fanatic.
These days is very what?
Energy sapping, and so give me a little space. Of course, you will get the announcement on the Ground Report, obviously, because we have the Ground Report now on Corridor Transformation. So you will be informed
on the Ground Report.
Course.
Nice. Yes. A lot of interviews will be coming in our way, right? Where at the end of the day, based on the interview, based on what you all like, you all will organize to and help share, blast all the very important interviews to make sure we keep a real visual on social media. I want to say thanks so much to Lennox Smith cutting his time within his program to spend more time on Ground Report, the mother of all mothers, when it coming to where all of us reach today. The Ground Report, right? TT Rebel,
condone and endorse.
Yes, TT Rebel. A pleasant good to you. All right, I don't say Steve, Keith, all of you, Nikki, Nick. I just running too quick. Who name I see? I call who I don't do that. Kathleen, Davy, Primraj. Oh boy, who I miss? D'Souza, Jess Cool. Imagine that, Jess Cool, eh? Bashk, oh boy, Richardson, Ann Brung, all of you that are locked on with us.
All of us are just cool.
Feel homie, oh boy, look at that name, Feel homie. All of you. Angela, all of you are just running through to see who came on that I had missed. Kevin, all of you. Anyhow, again, on behalf of the Ground Report team, until tomorrow morning, please God, Trinidad and Tobago, while we organize, upgrade, improve, and see how we could carry the program as is, as fast as possible, while we leave the door open with futuristic thinking based on a change of government and legislations to make sure people have access to free internet. That will be one of our push on the new government. Everybody must have internet all over, free internet access for the whole of the country, which make it easier for me to be online and for each and every one of you to access us. But besides that, we are still looking for ways and means. Where there is a will, there is a way, in order to get those soldiers that are left behind, as Lennox Smith say, to get them on board. Unfortunately, they didn't have that gadget, and unfortunately, the next government ain't reached. It's still about a year and something. And there are many other soldiers out there that are suffering that we need to get on board, mobilize to put them in place for the upcoming 2025 general elections, which is to find a way somehow to get ourselves mainstream sometime soon too. But for now, again, this is how it is. And to do that, very soon again, we will be setting up the GoFundMe fund in order for that you all will put there, in order for we to, as you say, many things Lennox Smith have to strengthen, I have to strengthen, Mikey have to strengthen, we have to strengthen the Ground Report for we to go out there again and have that funding in order to do so. Right, so until tomorrow morning, please God, yours truly. Don't forget Tonight Observers with Mikey K. Well, hopefully we get him on the Ground Report tomorrow, please God. And don't forget Corridor Transformation 1 hour with yours truly, Lennox Smith. Michael Scotland, all of you, we are out of here until tomorrow morning, please God.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
You must develop a sense of self-reliance. You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government. Louder, I am the government. I am the government.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy